What's going on? What's going on? All right, you know what time it is. You know what rhyme it is. I'm your gracious host, A6. It is the foreign national born natural. Coming at you live and direct, live in effect. What are we talking about tonight? Who's in here? Who's in here? What's going on with you? How you been, man? I haven't seen you in a while. It's been a little bit, huh? What's up, Chris? I got your email. I responded. I don't think you sent anything back though. But let me know if that information helped you out. Jimmy, you weren't here last 2 weeks. Where you been at, man? What's going on, Prof? Yes, sir. Good to have you in here too. Good to hear to chop it up. A Nimrod tree in the back. This guy. Genuine article. It's more for the children. You know what I mean? Children like to enjoy too. Sarah, we just staring at each other. Okay, so for those of you who are new, I mean, the people who come here every week, they know what's going on. When I go live, I usually take 5 minutes for everybody to trickle in. I like to get at least 10 people in, if not like, a little bit less. But I try to give people a chance to get in. That way they don't come in the middle of the information and be like, yo, what happened? Because then I gotta repeat myself. And I really don't like doing that. So I try to give people a chance to get in here, you know what I mean? What's up, Vince? How you feeling, man? Thank you for stopping through and tuning in, man. Yes, sir. Mr. Bailey, what's going on with you, man? Thank you for tuning in, man. Thank you. Pre-game stare down. You already know how I do. What's going on, Platt? How you feeling today, man? What's up? I don't look too happy. I'm not really upset. I can't say I'm upset about anything. And for those of you who saw the video I posted, it's more just irritated for real. But I mean, not really upset per se. Yes, sir. My man, Bad Wolf. Thank you for tuning in, dude. Thank you for tuning in. I definitely want to have you guys on live. What's going on, Ken? From Norway. What's up? That's what's up, man. Thank you. How's everything out in Norway, bro? Let me know. So, we got some stuff to talk about today. So, for those of you who saw the video I put up Friday, those of you who were watching for a long time know I had got pulled over, and I think it was April now. And it was for a it was a s- it- I had a private tag on the my personal conveyance, and I guess the cop he looked like he might have been a rookie ex-military type, just do what I'm told type guy. So he pretty much gave me a ticket for what was it? Uh Not having valid registration tabs, something like that. It was really stupid. It was a $70 ticket. So it was scheduled for December. So of course, all year I'm basically waiting on this court case. But throughout the process, I'm putting in affidavits and things of that nature, letting them know, basically what I told them. So I go in to go. I had two guys coming in as witnesses, as other foreign nationals to come in to witness the fraud of what was going on. Because I already knew it was going to happen. You know what I mean? They're going to try to basically steamroll. Maryland is very dirty here. The way they play, they just try to run you over. They don't be trying to hear nothing. So what I was going to do is have them come in, accompany me in the court, and then wait for my time to get up, basically. And I was going to execute my strategy. It was going to be executed properly because I know what I'm doing as far as small stuff like that goes. So I get to the front, as you can see. Now some of it wasn't filmed because literally it was like, let me tell you what happened. I walk in and I had the mask on or whatever. They didn't like the mask, but it was a mask. So I go in, the guy's looking at me. He's like, "Yeah, have you taken the COVID-19 vaccine?" I said, "Bro, that's private. I'm not giving you my private information. Why should I mean I didn't say it like that, but I said that's private, my man. But I'm thinking in my head, I'm not giving you my why would I give you my private? I don't even know you. Why would I give you my private medical information? You know what I mean? What right is it of yours to ask me, or deny entry to somewhere I have to be to conduct business if what my medical records are? Like we ain't gotten that far, into the communism yet. So this dude's like, "Oh, well, you got to answer that question before you come in." I said, "Bro, I'm not. I ain't gonna answer that. I don't have to answer that question. You feel me? On the same token, I'm not being detained, so I don't have to answer any questions. Really, y'all supposed to be law enforcement. Y'all got to have me detained for me to answer any questions for y'all. So technically, I mean, you can ask, but I don't have to answer. So I wasn't yelling and I wasn't irate or nothing like that. I wasn't making a. They was the ones making a scene because when I went in, it was like four of them on everything. It was four of them when I went in, and it was like it kind of felt like I was going onto a boat to get out the country or something like that. It was a metal detector. It was a like a separating fence, and not even a fence, but like a gate or something like that. Like the little, you know how you get on a ride at the carnival or something like that, and it's got the little the lanes that you go past, and you get on the ride. That's what it was basically like. So what basically happened is I'm going in, and the dude was like, they said that. So I'm like, yo, I'm not. I mean, I don't mind, you taking my temperature test on my foot, on my wrist. You're not pointing nothing at my head. And I said, I don't mind you asking me some other questions, but as far as my medical records go, I'm not giving you my medical information. Like I shouldn't even need to do that. So he's like, well, you got to leave then. So I said, all right, well, look, at this current point, if you're going to basically deny me of my right to entry or what have you, when I had business affairs, I need your numbers. I need your identification number and whoever else. So the other guy was like, I guess he was trying to play good cop because the one guy was trying to play bad cop, but he couldn't intimidate me. So the other guy, he was like, look, man, ain't nothing personal, man. We just need to get your information, man. That's all. I said, I get that, but on the same token, you know what I mean? Y'all ain't gonna just be over here violating my rights. Y'all shouldn't even be asking people what their medical status is. So he was like, well, look, why don't you just give us your name? And I know this trick. The only thing they gonna do, because I told him I was the authorized representative of the defendant. I didn't tell him, you know what I mean, what the name was. I said, yo, I'm the authorized representative of the defendant here to making a special appearance today, for this case and such. So he was like, well, why don't you just give me your name and such like that? But I know the trick. If you give them the name, they're gonna make you the defendant. That's all. That's already what it is. So I'm like, bro, you can just call me secure party, / creditor. You can call me that. And then, when I started because the guy that was on front when he first asked me what the status was, what my medical status was, when that happened, the first guy that asked me the question, he had his little name badge right here on his chest. So I'm like, what is your what is your badge number? He said, we don't have badge numbers. I said, okay, cool. Well, what's your identification number? So he was like, it's right here. I said, well, is that what you would tell a judge? What's your identification number? He was like, you can read it right here. So I said, all right, I'm not even gonna argue with you, man. So I wrote down his identification number because I could see it clear day. I said, bro, you right there that said, such and such. What is your identification number? And he was like, it's right here. He held it up. I said, bro, I can't see that from all the way over here. Y'all not letting me get any closer. So could you please read it off from over there? So he read it off. So I wrote that bad boy down. So, tell me why it was four of them, right? I started writing down their identification numbers. Literally, I literally looked at my paper for like, it couldn't have been more than like 8 seconds because I'm writing down both of their names and stuff like that. When I look back up, it was like 9 of them, and they were all in a line. Like, talk about the Matrix, bro. Like, I look up out of I'll have because I got my little, when I'm going in, basically, sui juris to basically, handle my affairs pretty much as the authorized representative. I like to keep my documents with me. So I had a couple documents I was armed with that was pretty much gonna, get the whole thing taken care of properly. Then I had my witnesses, and one of them was going to be basically the recorder of what was going on. So if there's any affidavits that need to be put in for that, any liens and anything that needed to be filed, I got witnesses there with me. So I'm writing down the numbers and everything. When I look up, it was like 9 of them, bro. Like they came out of nowhere. Somebody had to press the button or something behind that counter, and I wasn't. I swear I was not yelling at all. They was like talking at the same time, and I'm like, yo, look, I ain't even trying to argue with y'all. I'm just trying to get in here to conduct my affairs, and y'all hindering my travel. You know what I mean? Y'all hindering my travel because I won't give you medical information. And then the question is, if I told you no, I didn't get the vaccine, would I be allowed to move forward to the courtroom? The answer being yes. Okay. If I told you yes, I was, would I be able to advance to the courtroom? The answer being yes. So what difference does me not answering the question make? If it doesn't matter if it's a vaccinated guy or a non-vaccinated guy, what difference does it make if somebody's vaccinated or not as far as them going in? Y'all just being jerks and y'all want to be controlling. So at this point, y'all depriving me of my right to freedom of movement, and y'all trying to deprive me of my Fourth Amendment right because y'all asking me for papers and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it just got stupid. So I basically just I stood at the front. I mean, they wouldn't intimidate me because truth be told, and I ain't even a violent type dude, but truth be told, nobody in there could kick my ass. So I didn't feel intimidated at all. So I'm basically just there stating my claim and feeling like, I'm not feeling threatened. Y'all can't do nothing. I'm over here asking y'all questions and y'all trying to base y'all in the wrong. I had the moral high ground when it comes to the whole situation. And so basically where I was at with it was all right, stalemate then. I gotta go in here and I gotta handle affairs because y'all summoned the defendant, which I'm the authorized representative of. So I'm coming in to handle my affairs, but y'all are hindering me from my ability to handle my duties. So we at a stalemate right now. So I said, all right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and leave, but I'm definitely putting a claim on YouTube. So now, I only had two of their information. The rest of them was basically not really trying to get involved. They wanted to talk from the background and stuff like that and tell you got to get out of here, such and such. But I'm like, yo, I got business to be here at the end of the day. So y'all can't even say I'm trespassing because I literally have business to be here. So I mean, so anyway, I when I'm about to leave, I turn around. That's when I put the phone up in the air and I was like, let the record show such and such. I was here for the matter. I could not get past the front. So now, you know what I mean? I'm handling the situation. I got to put in papers and stuff like that. I got some registered mail being sent to some higher ups from different corporations and such like that. You know, higher ups for them to keep them in check. So I got those being sent out. Then I had to send something to the because I couldn't get in, so I had to send something to the desk. So I basically got to get around that somehow. But it's retarded because it don't make no sense. If it doesn't matter if somebody's vaxxed or unvaxxed, why does it matter if they answer or not? If you're gonna let them in anyway, that just sounds like you just trying to get somebody to basically be in your control. That's what that sounds like. I mean, what other reason would it be? I mean, if they said you can't come in here unless you were vaccinated, that would make sense. But at that point, you know what I mean? If I can't come in because I'm vaccinated, then y'all need to just dismiss the whole thing. But that's not the case. Y'all letting people in either way because y'all want that damn fiat. So why is it that I would have to answer that question to even go in? That's crazy to me. But I mean, like I said, I'm never intimidated by stuff like that for real. Y'all seen how I handle my police stops. That shit don't intimidate me, man. Because at the end of the day, again, I got the moral high ground. I know I'm not doing anything wrong, and I know I'm basically fighting for the right cause in terms of freedom and rights. You know what I mean? The way we handle our business around here, we non-violent, non-combative, or nothing like that. We all just basically trying to mind our damn business, but it's these corporations trying to impose their will upon us. And the fact that we won't just bend over and take it like a lot of these U.S. citizens does, as us being nationals, it's an issue. So, and they don't like it because it's easier to mow you over when you just go for it. You know what I mean? But ain't nobody what? I tell you, they had the right one that day. I made them work for that little $18 an hour they was making or whatever it is. You know what I thought about though? I saw this other video where this guy was doing a First Amendment audit in the courthouse, and they tried to tell him he had to put his camera away. He was like, I ain't got to put nothing away. This is a First Amendment protected activity. So the dude was filming in the hallway, and it was this police officer in the hallway that he got fired somehow. I don't know how he did it, but she pulled him. He said she pulled him out of his car, searched his car. She locked him up for like 2 nights, and then he got out on bond. But the case was dismissed because the charges was BS. So he ended up, I guess he put a tort claim on her or something like that. But she ended up getting fired. So the dude had the camera pointed at her, and he was like, "Oh wow, look at this! This is the police officer that harassed me and violated my rights. I guess you got kicked off the police force," but she was a bailiff. So he was like, "I see they you can become a bailiff, and this is where all the dirty cops go at. When the dirty cops get fired, they just get hired again as a bailiff." So that could explain partly why when you're in that courtroom, you got them bailiffs in there. They know full well that the corruption is happening, but they not doing anything to stop it because they know what's up. They already down with the squalor, so to speak. But yeah, from what I seen, man, a lot of these dudes was older, out of shape and stuff like that. They probably just, take that job because being a police officer is too rigorous. And then some of them dirty police officers that couldn't get hired on the force, but they can go work at the, as a bailiff or something, or a court police officer or something like that. But as we move through, more parts of the game get exposed, man. But so now I'm handling this situation where it's at. But I looked on the damn internet, they marked it as a FTA. But I'm like, I was there, bro. I sent them my documents and everything. But I was there trying to get busy. You know, you know what it is. Chris says, let's talk about your court experience. So, what do you do now with the court? Thank you for giving a few minutes of patience to get in the room and start your program. Yeah, thank you for tuning in, man. I mean, right now, the main thing is, letting the record show that I wasn't the one in dishonor. I came there to represent the defendant. The defendant. Y'all wanted a man to be there to represent the defendant. I came pretty much in there as the authorized representative, and y'all was like, not your henchman wasn't trying to let me in. So at this point, it's more of a situation where I might gonna have to call down there or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I gotta handle it. That video wasn't surprising to me. They interfere with your natural indigenous rights to keep their commerce going. I mean, that's part of the game, bro. They try to get you to believe that they got some kind of control over you. And really, if you want to be technical, the only thing they really are is security guards. If you want to be technical, because the courthouse is a business. And the only thing they is basically the gatekeepers. They don't know what's going on. And maybe they do. But either way, they like security guards, man. They just got security guards. They didn't give them flashlights. They actually gave them pistols and stuff. They still security guards. You honestly think they don't know who you are? You know what I'm saying? I thought about that, man. I thought about that, yo. I mean, I don't have a whole lot of viewers, but it is possible. They could already know who I am. That's very much a possibility. That's a possibility. Hey, who knows, man? Maybe they do. Maybe they could be watching. They very much could be watching, man. The reason they ask you that question is because they want jurisdiction over your private life reality. Exactly. And I was like, bro, that's private. It's the difference between public and private, yo. And they said, I was looking on the HIPAA website, and it said that enforcement officers are allowed to inquire about your medical information. But I'm like, yo, are they really law enforcement technically, though? Like, I mean, I said earlier that they were supposed to be law enforcement, but at the end of the day, are they really enforcing any laws? Because they basically just enforcing statutes, codes, and all that other stuff in that courthouse. You know what I mean? What's going on, James? Thank you so much for tuning in, man. I like that avatar. It's dope. I'm not even going to try to say that name, but thank you for dropping in, bro. So let me get this right so far. You wanted to handle this ticket in person instead of through the mail. I'll say it's good to get practice in the courtroom, but faster via the mail. So here's the thing about that, and that makes great sense. But check this out. This is the first time I'm using this information and that platform in terms of the court. So I'm like, look, I already sent them affidavits, and I already trust me, the affidavits I crafted were beautifully put together. So as far as handling it by mail, I pretty much did as much as I can do on my end, and I got no responses. Until which some of them had, you got such and such time to make a response to this, and I got no responses. So what basically probably happened was one or two things: either the courthouse is completely backed up for whatever reason, and the judge just took the case without reading the information attached, which I doubt it, because they ain't that incompetent. They very crafty. Or they read it and say, all right, we're gonna see what this mofo know how to do and bring his ass in here and see how he act when I threaten him with contempt or some shit. Like, you know how they do. But it's intimidation, bro. That's what they got. They have the monopoly on intimidation because they got the numbers, they got the venue, and they got the actors and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what it was. It's now cold here in Norway. It's a corrupt country, corporation. I need to learn more about the right ways of the law. Respect. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah, hey, it ain't just y'all, man. It's up to us to yank these mofos back, because the government wasn't inherently supposed to be corrupt. The government was inherently supposed to be working for us, and we were supposed to be basically the controllers of it. But somehow along the way, people got distracted and started doing a bunch of other crap, and they lost their ability to do so in the government, man, to govern themselves or to control the government. That's what it's supposed to be, man. But slipped out of control. What's up, TYP, man? Your channel is booming, bro. Send me some of that attention your channel get, man. Send me some of them views or something, bro. My man be over there getting busy. Check his channel out. Go subscribe to TYP. My man's over there eating great. Have you heard about cyber attack simulation of the global finance system? I've heard about multiple cyber attacks from the global financial system. I haven't looked deeply into what you're talking about, though, that specific one. Bully tactics. Yeah, absolutely. I've seen it. I've seen it, man. I've seen it. I've seen the bully tactics firsthand. You know what I'm talking about? But it is what it is. Why the public servants always so scared? 9 public servants, shame on. Yeah, they all had 9mm. They probably all had Glock 19s or whatever. You can't go in there armed. I got a problem with that too, because like, why is it that they're the only ones who can have arms, and the police can go in there with arms, but anybody else can't? I mean, they don't give a damn about nobody else any other time, about the people any other time. Why is it that when, if it's a court situation that people can't come in there with arms? Because it seems like to me, if people was to come in there with arms, it would be making them do the right thing and follow that oath they took because they'd be afraid to get stuff done to them by people who are angry. But why is that? Why is it that the public can't go in their arms? You know, if you're doing everything you're supposed to do and you following your oaths of office, you shouldn't be worried about that. You know, but it's that venue jurisdiction. They got jurisdiction over the venue. All that money. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Compared to the old courthouse that they used to have, that joint is like I would say that thing is at least it's got to be at least 50 times the size of the old one. Because the old one was like a very small one floor. This joint is like a high rise. It's huge. They got to have at least 100 courtrooms in that joint. Maybe a few small ones and a few big ones or such. But yeah, you know what it is, man. You remain a gentleman. Yeah, exactly. Listen, when I deal with these public service, I never go in there screaming and yelling, bro. I don't go in there commanding people. I don't go pointing fingers. But if somebody's trying to tell me something I know is not true, I'm not gonna let you just run over me. Absolutely not. Especially when I know what I'm talking about. Like, bro, what are you talking about, man? I'm just telling you that is not true at all. You feel me? But it is what it is. Assuming you canceled your driver's license, what license number was written? That's the crazy thing about it. And I think it was in February, because y'all know I got pulled over in January by the first dude. That was the long one y'all saw. And I still had the license at that time. So the second time I had already turned, because I learned from the first joint. So I was like, all right, well, I don't need the license because I don't operate in commerce. Let me go ahead and just send the license in and I'll send in but I ain't do it right though. I didn't do it right at all. Don't do like I did, because it's a process to that you got to actually follow. And we're going to go over that after I'm done talking about this, because I found some information that's going to be very beneficial to you guys and anybody who's going through this process. If you so decide to do so, it is completely your responsibility to do it. I'm only the giver of information, and I assume no liability whatsoever if you choose to use this information for your personal benefit. But yeah, I got some stuff that you guys can do so you don't have to follow my footsteps. Because I'm learning as I go along. I'm watching other videos from other people, but I'm also a lot of this stuff that a lot of this stuff the people that practice it don't like to talk about for some reason. And then maybe it's because they looking out for who's an agent and who's not, which I get that. But I mean, if people are following the info, I like to try to shed as much light as I can. But yeah, so as far as that goes, yeah, I did turn in the license, but I sent a letter. Like, it was a letter that was I only had two uniform commercial code quotes on there, and it was a very short letter, basically telling them to remove the information and such. And here's the driver's license back. But I never got any response or no result, because I got pulled over. I think a few months, like 2 months after that, and the information must have still been in the computer somewhere. But I figured out why that is, though, and like I said, we'll get into that later on. I also sent another one after that too to the same Department of Motor Vehicles, but it ain't the Department of Motor Vehicles that's hanging on to your information. They're like one of the entities that are holding on to it, but it's a master entity from what my research shows. But we'll get into that. But yeah, the license that was written on the number that was written on the ticket was the old license number that I had. And here's the thing: that the personal conveyance was not registered to the ens legis that I'm the authorized representative of. So they used the license plate from the last owner of the quote unquote vehicle, when it was a vehicle. They used that license plate. So they got a license that I didn't give them, and they got a plate number from the last owner. So it's like, you know, what kind of what kind of games are y'all playing at? But it's commerce, man. They trying to rope you in and make you pay. That's what they doing, and I expected to be a whole lot more too. With times getting harder, man. I expected, because don't believe it's just don't believe the hype about it being a situation where they got this endless supply of funds, because police department they be struggling. So I remember when the '09 recession happened in the police departments. There was a whole episode on The Wire about this, but police departments got hit hard because of the recession and such, and they had guys figuring out ways to pull more money through the county But that recession, it hits everything. But yeah, facts in the matter is, yeah, they be on that BS. Kimberly says, I had 5 arrest me. I didn't even weigh 100 pounds, no registration. I asked what crime I committed, and she said expired registration. I said, that's not a crime. It's a statute. 5 came. So they arrested you for that, huh? Sheesh, what state you in? I heard some states they can arrest you for that, but here in Maryland, they can't arrest you for stuff like that. Even though Sherrard versus Cullen clearly said that those aren't arrestable offenses. What does that even mean? I have no idea what that means, Linda. I'm not sure what that means. Gary Mendez, what's up with you, man? He says, if you believe the Constitution has allowed this tyranny, or was it a loophole they found using commerce as per Article 1? I mean, yeah, absolutely, it's a loophole, but still, at the end of the day, let's keep it 100%. All right, at the end of the day, these people took oaths to uphold the Constitution. Yes, they used you claiming to be a ends legis account. Yes, they used you with these invisible contracts. Yes, they did all that stuff. But at the end of the day, the fact of the matter is, these people took an oath to uphold the Constitution, and they are not doing it. That is a violation of their oath. No, we can talk about anything else with the all caps name, the social security number, all that stuff, which is all valid arguments. But the bottom line is these people are out of pocket. Let's keep it a stack. You feel me? Peace officers nor any tax suckers nor any welfare recipients of women should never be allowed to vote and change legislation. You know what? I agree with that 100%, man. People are just so lost, Dan. They lost, man. People are lost. I try to explain this to people, bro, and I get the fluoride stare, man. And y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, bro. Just to look at you like, are you insane? Sometimes I catch myself when I'm telling people stuff like this because they'll ask a question they're not ready to hear the answer for. So I gotta stop myself sometimes. I'll be like, I have no idea why that happened. I literally catch myself. Well, I know exactly why it happened, but you're just not ready to hear the answer yet. It's kind of like Yoda when he talks and when he talks to people, it sounds backwards because you got problems and you're not able to comprehend what he's saying. That's why it sounds backwards, but he's really not talking backwards. You know what I mean? What up, A6? What's going on with you? Have you heard of some people submitting affidavits written in crayon to get through their computer systems they sometimes use to read documents? Nah. What? Please hit my inbox. Hit my inbox for evidence of that, bro. Because I need to see some information on that. Using crayons, huh? That is interesting. They use computers to read affidavits? Is that what it is? I thought people were reading these, man. Kimberly Salinas, hey, I'm going to put the registration date from the birth certificate on the driver's license. Okay, you asking me or what? What are you talking about? I'm sorry. Okay. Do you have a membership in UPU? No, I don't even know what that is. Yes, sir. So, yeah. So we got through all the questions. All right. So that's pretty much what it is. I'm handling the biz. And let me pull up some information here I found for you guys. All right. So look, take a look at this right here. Now I've been doing my research on this. I really all day Friday when I got back from there, I'm trying to figure out to prevent this from happening again. Now take a look at this right here. Let me show you guys this. I want you to look at this. There it is. Boom. Take a look at this right here. National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, right? The NHTSA. Now, from the information I actually was able to collect, it looks like these are the ones who store your information. Now, I've read something. I'm trying to find out where I put it at. Hold on a sec, because this actually got directed to me through reading another piece of information. And these are actually the people who store your stuff. So when you get your license and stuff like that pulled, and here we go. Hold on, where is it? It's right here. Where is it? 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 Technology and innovation. But when you get your information pulled, these are actually the keepers of the data. So look at this. All right, so look, boom. So vehicle data policy. While advanced safety technologies have the potential to provide enormous safety, convenience, and other important benefits to consumers, stakeholders frequently raise. Hey, what happened to the? Why is that not showing? Can you guys see this? There we go. There you go. Let me pull it back up. All right. Potential impediment to deployment. NHTSA takes consumer privacy seriously. Diligently considers the privacy implications of our safety regulations and voluntary guidance and works closely with the Federal Trade Commission, the primary federal agency charged with protecting consumers' privacy and personal information to facilitate the protection of the consumer information. So, my question would be, what would qualify as personal information? Would that be where you live, which is on the driver's license that's stored in the database? Would that be your whole full ens legis trade name? Would it be that? Would it be any numbers particularly, put in the system? And as to what point would you be able to protect your privacy? Is it a situation where you can have them hide your privacy so that it can't be pulled up? Those are questions I'm asking you guys. What do you think? So it says data privacy in the context of in the context of advanced and automated safety technologies, consumers consumer acceptance is critical to effective and timely deployment. These technologies generate use and may share significant amount of vehicle data, likely to be viewed by private citizens as sensitive and personal. All right, for example, routes frequently traveled and precise addresses visited. Consumer avoidance of new technologies because of the concerns about data privacy may slow deployment and undermine promising safety benefits. All right, so this is more of what is on there. I'm trying to show you exactly what I pulled up to find this, however. Hold on. Let's see here. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, that's something else. That's not it. Yeah, so I'm basically just doing a bunch of digging and I actually stumbled across that. So that information is very, very interesting. So I wonder if it's a situation where maybe if you send them an affidavit, you'd be able to have your information removed. Now, here's the other question. Somebody said it's blurry. Let me see if I can. Yeah, it's going to be hard to see for some weird reason, but it's all good though because check it out. There's actually a process to have your It's called basically when you have a minor's uh what is it, the minors what is it, reversal decision of a minor driving or something like that. It's a form that they actually have in Maryland that you can fill out if you have a minor that has a driver's license. Like, let's say your 18-year-old got their license and they keep banging in the cars or something like that and insurance is getting too high. Well, it could be a situation where you actually 17 would probably be it. You could go ahead and as the parent, you can go ahead and pull their license information, but you can actually do that from the MVA. So, but the trade off is they would have to take the test for the driver's test and everything, all that over again. But weigh your options on that because if you were to modify the form to basically pull your ends legis from the system, that would pretty much wipe everything at the point where the information wouldn't be there, but the fact that you passed the driver's test wouldn't be there either. So you'd have to take the classes over again if you decided to operate in commerce at a later point. You would have to do the driver's test, which for anybody who's experience is not really a big deal, but it could be a hassle if you're operating in commerce. You know what I mean? Because let's be real here. Some people who have their license still, they need their license to operate in commerce. You might have a pizza delivery boy who might work from 9 to 5, but when he gets off, he might want to travel, but they ain't trying to hit that travel shit if you got a license. They basically always think, you're operating in commerce. So something to think about, man. The website is called the NHTSA. And let's go to I'm gonna go to their main page real quick and see if I can read you because I actually read something on that was very interesting. Recalls. It's got a bunch of stuff on here though. It's got hold on. State governments, enforcement, justice, vehicle manufacturers, laws and regulations, data, research. It's got a lot of great stuff on here for you to read about. And it basically tells you. Oh, here we go. Let me read this for you to you guys real quick. Hold on. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. But yeah, scour the website yourself. Take a look at it and see what you can find. Man says I never see license plates on the post office mail carriers. Has anyone else ever noticed that? Yeah, I have. I've actually talked to the mail couriers about it, and I also talked to the police officers about it. They said basically they don't mess with them. They got a contract or something like that. So yeah, government don't mess with government. That's why when you report these people to other government, they don't do shit unless it's a body or unless there's some a situation where somebody gets physically harmed and you do a tort claim or something like that, or if money is not. Let's say you got a dirty police officer, something like that, doing something with drugs or something like that, and the IRS ain't getting their cut. Of course, that's why you get in. That's why they get in trouble for real. Stuff like that. Or if there's a body or something like that, that might be an issue. But when it comes to like rights and shit like that, you'd be hard pressed to find anybody trying to do anything about it. Gary says they're under a different constitution. They usually run under the third vision under solid consent. I mean, I would say that, but even when you protest, they still want to run you over. So I don't even think it's that. I think they just went rogue, yo. Honestly, my bad. It just dawned on me. I'm thinking about debt validation letters, not affidavit. Due to people often use templates and companies have access to programming software to scan the letters. Yeah, yeah. Yes, sir. Crazy, crazy, crazy stuff, man. There's another company too that it was it's a bunch of these little small um like sub corporations and stuff like that that hold on to your stuff. But this is another one right here that was brought to my attention. And I just started to read about this a few days ago. So look, CALEA. So these people are another sub company that has your information stored. CALIA is governed by the Commission's board composed of 21 members. By mandate, the board allows for even law enforcement practitioners with a balance selected from the public to private sectors. CALIA maintains a professional staff contingent managed by an executive director. The staff conducts all administrative and operational duties as directed by the Commission. CALIA operates as an independent, nonprofit corporation. It is not a part of or beholden to any governmental entity. Fees paid by public safety agencies defray the Commission's major operating costs. Huh? How about that? How about that? The Commission's authority is derived solely from the voluntary participation of public safety agencies in the accreditation program. The purpose of CALEA is to improve the delivery of public safety services by maintaining a body of professional standards that support the administration of accreditation programs. So here's another one. As you can see, this is supposed to be a private company. That's what does it say here? Nonprofit private company. And this is another one of those little hidden companies that when you get yourself a driver's license that are in the shadows waiting to receive your information and holding on to it and stuff like that. So I tell people, man, you young bucks out there that's, if you're watching this and you haven't even gotten your license yet, make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. Because this is along the lines of stuff you need to know. I mean, us as older, we didn't know none of this stuff. Like this is all invisible contracts to us. We signed that information, not knowing where our information was going to go. And all we wanted to do was be able to drive, pretty much. That's what we wanted to be able to do. We wanted to be able to go back and forth to the movies with our friends, go pick a girl up from the mall, take a girl out on a date, go to the store, buy some stuff, buy some, new clothes and all that crap, music from Sam Goody or whatever back then. That's all we wanted to do, man. But little did we know that information will be used against us at every turn, man. And again, it's any contract that's not 100% clear and present with what the intentions are is pretty much null and void. It is very illegal, unlawful, and such. But again, these are laws that they do not follow. So there you have it. What up, Mac? Good evening. How can I get my QSIP number? I got to replace for my SSC. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That is not my forte. So you might want to look and do some research on that because that is not my forte. QSIP numbers and all that stuff. I can't help you with that, Mac. We basically talking about right to travel over here right now. I haven't gotten into all that stuff yet. Maybe at some point later on I will, but we got to get this solidified first before we even move on to anything else because it's just so much question marks that haven't been answered. you know? Not at all. All right, boom. So let me pull up something else for you guys to take a look at real quick. Now check this out right here. So I had a friend that I actually talked to that's involved to these studies that I get into and you get into, and we all discuss. Mention this right here as a way for you to be able. Now the wording is a little weird, but this is 42 United States Code 1983 civil action for deprivation of rights. Now civil, we all know the word civil is very questionable. So read what it says here. Every person who, under color of any statute, we all know about color of law, ordinance, regulation, custom, or usage of any state or territory or the District of Columbia subjects or causes to be subjected any citizen of the United States or person within jurisdiction thereof to deprivation of any rights, privileges, or immunities secured by the Constitution and laws shall be liable to the party injured in a action at law, suit, in equity, or other proper proceeding for redress, except that in any action brought against a judicial officer for an act or omission taken in such officer's judicial capacity, injunctive relief shall not be granted unless a declaratory decree was violated or declaratory relief was unavailable. It says, for the purpose of this section, any act of Congress applicable exclusively from to the District of Columbia shall be considered to be a statute of the District of Columbia. Now, again, the wording is really tricky because it mentions within their jurisdiction, it mentions the word person, it mentions civil. I mean, there's U.S. or citizen and such. It's just a lot of unfavorable things in that particular code. You know what I mean? So, with that said, that is a very interesting thing to talk about. So, do y'all feel like that's something that can be utilized for those that are nationals? Guess that's what the question is. My man's still talking about the Cusick numbers. Yeah, Jimmy might be able to help you out with the Cusick number thing. I don't really do anything with that right now. But yeah. So I know someone that was actually had the passport, and they were recently, but he really was kind of in the public because he had gotten himself a new car. And the car, of course, being new, was registered with the state with a registration and with the state plates. So he was traveling around with a passport. So public versus private, mixing jurisdictions. So a man got pulled over for not having the plate on the front. It was in the window, but not mounted on the front bumper. And they basically he gave him the passport. And they tried to say, yeah, well, you know what? I smell marijuana. Please get out of the car. So they took him out of the car, handcuffed him and stuff like that. Searched his car. He didn't find nothing or nothing like that. Gave him a warning and all this other stuff. So he's basically using that pretty much to go after him. Now, suppose like the thing about it, I'm thinking about if he had the plates on his personal, basically at that point they would call it a vehicle pretty much. If he had the state plates on there, um, that would probably fall within their jurisdiction. So with that said, he probably very well could use that particular one to be able to go after him. So yeah, I would say in that particular scenario, I would say yes, that probably is something he could use. As far as getting around the civil part and getting around the citizen part, that's going to be a little more tricky. But I mean, it could be possible. Actually, I do an hour commentary, and then I drop the link in for anybody to hop in. So yeah, we very well could see Bad Wolf here tonight, or we could possibly not. Who knows? But the link will be there if he so desires to jump in and drop bars upon the skull. That's perfectly fine. Now take a look at this right here. I think this might have been what I wanted to show you guys. Hold on. And this is in Maryland. All right. So check this out. It says driver's license cancellation. This is what I was telling you guys. Before Maryland driver's license is issued or reissued, the MVA routinely checks a nationwide database called the National Driver Registry. The NDR includes information submitted by all 50 states, Canada, and Mexico. Wow, Mexico too, huh? about a person's whom's. Wait a minute. How the hell is Mexico included in that? What am I missing here? Mexico? Why is Mexico included in this? Is that some kind of treaty I missed? Obviously, there is. Okay, in Mexico, about persons to whom a driver's license was issued and who have an unresolved problem related to that license, and of course, unpaid fine. If the MVA discovers that the applicant's name is included in the NDR, the MVA will not issue a Maryland driver's license. At times, the MVA may not be able to access the NDR and will issue a driver's license that is subject to review. As soon as the NDR is online again, the system is checked to see if the name of the applicant appears. If the applicant's name is included, meaning he or she should not have been issued a driver's license and such as blah blah blah. This is all the rest of it is not important, but the NDR, the National Driver Registry, is probably another website we want to look into to check and see what they actually do. So let's pull that bad boy up also. Because the question was, how do you pull your information from there? That was the question, right? See, that's interesting because when I went to this website at first, something different came up. Now this is coming back under the I went to the NDR and this is coming back up as the NHTSA. So they're definitely connected right there. There's another connection. Check this out right here. Look at this. This is the NDR right here. All right, what are the National Driver Register and Problem Driver Pointer System? This is the point system, I believe. This is the one where if you're operating in commerce and you get you let's say you hit somebody's property or something, that's points and stuff like that to take your license from you. So boom, the National Driver Registry (NDR) is division of the National Center for Statistics and Analysis under the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. The NDR maintains the computerized database known as the Problem Driver Pointer System, which contains information on individuals whose privilege to operate a motor vehicle has been revoked, suspended, canceled, or denied, or who have been convicted of serious traffic related offenses. Here we got to probably zoom in a little bit so you guys can read it. There we go. The records maintained at NDR consist of identification information, including name, date of birth, gender, driver's license number, and reporting state. So when y'all get pulled over and you give the officer the passport, they're able to get your shit because right here, the NDR has all that stuff logged in, right? So then it says, based on information received as a result of NDR search, PDPS will point the statute of inquiry, SOI, to the state of record when the individual's driver history information is maintained. Boom. So you got three different companies right here working to fuck you over pretty much. So you got possible NDR status is output from the system. So you got one that says no match. The individual does not have a record on the PDPS. You got match. The individual does have a record on the PDPS. Yep. License, LIC. License mean the individual holds a license in the state and the privilege to drive is valid. Boom. Only drivers who previously had a suspension revocation have cleared their history are included here. Eligible. The individual's privilege to drive or apply for a license in a state is valid. Not eligible. The individual's privilege to drive in a state is invalid. All right, so we got these five agents, we got these five possible statuses that come up when they run, let's say probably a name or something like that. However they're doing it, it could be a name they're actually running. When you run that name, I'm going to save this website real quick because I'm definitely coming back here to do some more browsing because I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I'm definitely going to get to the bottom of this. But yeah, so you got one. This one is a sub company of the NHTSA, the NDR. The NDR works with the SOI and the state of record, which is the SOR. So you got all these companies basically holding on to your data. And when you write the MVA a letter for signature rescission, they even very well might adhere to your request. But at the end of the day, it ain't the MVA that the policy enforcers are looking at. They looking at this stuff right here, which is the center. That's the database. That's what you really have to go after in terms of having the information removed, I would say. So that's pretty much it there. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be researching. We're gonna be talking about this a few more times because there's so much to unpack there. So much to unpack. These are all these hidden contracts, and I would love to read the contract I actually signed when I was younger and read over it because when you're young, you don't read nothing. You just sign that like, give me my license so I can go to the beach and I can go hang out on the beach and stuff. But you don't read stuff like that when you're younger. You basically just out there to have some fun. But now that we older, we like, hold on now. We got rights. They've been trying to make Canada, US, and Mexico with one currency called the Amero. I heard about it in 2010. Interesting. I'm trying to figure out how to Mexico's a completely different even jurisdiction, I would say. So how the hell is it that if you do something in Mexico, let's say you run into somebody's mailbox and you don't pay the fine for it in Mexico, and they fry your license? How is it that coming here they won't administer you a license in a completely different country? Canada makes sense because Canada's in bed they are in bed very heavily. But I mean, I guess it kind of I could kind of see why, seeing as how Canada gets down. But yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So look, time is up pretty much. We're gonna drop the link in the chat like we always do, and we're gonna discuss. So here's the link if you guys want to hop in. If you have any any experiences you want to share, any information you stumbled across or anything like that, I'll be glad to hear about it. Because that's why we're here. We're here for this info. I sure would like to know what computer system they use to pull that information up. I would like to know that. Hmm. Yeah, I would like to know that. 34 states currently participating in it. All right, check this out. State data system. It's called the SDS. Since the early 1980s, NHTSA has been obtaining from various states computer data files coded from police accident reports. NHTSA refers to the collection of these computerized state crash data files in the state data system, SDS. SDS is maintained by the NHTSA's National Center for Statistics and Analysis. The 34 states currently participating in SDS are, now check out, this might be one of your states. This might be why you're having problems. And I'm pretty sure this is what it is because these are the ones that are using the computerized copies of receipts. They're not doing handwritten receipts anymore, which is completely unconstitutional. But check this out. Alabama, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Texas, Utah, Virginia, Washington, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. So that's 34 states that are using that SDS system. That's the electronic ticket you receive when you give them the passport and they pull your information up. That's the electronic ticket you're receiving. It's the SDS program. Those are the states that are using them. That's why when you give them the passport, they can find your license through their SDS system. They put your information in and it pulls up your ins legis straw man pretty much. All right, so coming to the podium, we have everybody likes when this guy comes in. We got my man Tony, live and direct, live in effect. Let's go with you, big man.
Yo, it's good. Been
All right.
studying. I've been doing studies on the world passport. You ain't look
Yeah.
into that?
Yes, I did. Actually, I'm supposed to be headed down Tuesday to take a look at that joint.
You better step your game up and get mine by next month.
Oh yeah.
Add
All right.
the
Step your
add
game up. When I go down there, I'm getting mine within an hour, buddy.
you have fun. You forget where I'm at. I'm in New York,
I
so it's gonna
respect it.
count hard over here because
Yeah,
they
yeah, I
trying
feel
to
you. They try and get over on you. Yeah, I feel you, man.
They
Absolutely.
try to treat us like the 12 slaves over here.
It's crazy, yo. It's crazy. It's not a game out here. But yeah,
They
the world passport is dope. You can get the passport card and you can get the world passport joint.
what you gotta use when you do it with the American app. Remember I told you to send in the 55 I forgot the name of that one. That's for the American National. That's the one you send to Philly.
Hmm.
That's for the American Nationals. You know why? I don't need to explain the history of
Yeah, absolutely.
Philadelphia.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
why you gotta send it that one. But you gotta send it with a it's a contract. That's the only
Mm,
way you can send it without the Social Security. You got to come up with the case laws when you're
mm,
doing an affidavit.
mm,
Also, when you do that, um, let me see. Make sure that birth certificate is authenticated 3 ways: county, state, federal. You
mm,
understand? When
mm.
you send that in. Also, did you do the recording on your birth certificate already?
The recording?
Yeah. Did you record it up in Georgia at Cobb's at the courthouse?
No, I heard about that. I haven't done it. No.
Then you ain't fully a secure party creditor, brother. Hate
This
to tell
guy.
you that.
Yeah,
I'm a
this
te-
guy.
I'm a tease all you niggas. Y'all been doing this forever, yo. Y'all still don't know that?
This
That means
guy.
you smell the smoke? Oh, my bad. Nah, I'm messing with you. Nah,
Now
sis.
you
But
good.
what I told you though, bro, you have to you ain't fully your birth certificate ain't fully. After you do the authentication, you know what I'm saying? The other process, that's the beginning process of the secure party creditor. You have to
Mm,
that also is like the first step when you're doing that. So you do have to do it like that.
mm,
That form I did like a couple of shows here that I told you to look into. That's the form you send it with. Matter of fact, who did I get that from? That's some of Patrick Devine's work, but
Patrick Devine is, yeah, he's
it's
smart. Yeah.
official.
Yeah.
But you send it with a contract. Do you understand? You gotta write a document and send it with a contract.
Mm,
That's how you do the recording and I think you gotta pick a treaty. One of the treaties. You could either do the Moors Treaty, but the friendship, the White Flag Treaty. Gotta
mm,
do something like that with it. And you gotta write in red letters and a blue print, your blue thumbprint, because you gotta send it to 2 places. The what's the fuck? Because I've been reading up on this shit. We all know court is you gotta pick an equity court, one of the equity courts to send it to. Also, just like you send a process to the Philly passport spot, you gotta do it too at a correct court. You know what I mean by that. I'm not gonna get too exclusive because all this shit's supposed to be in the private. But
Hold on,
to,
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Yo, E, I see you trying to over there in the green room, but you can't get on unless you have a camera. It's not gonna let me put you on. So you got to put your face on the camera so I can let you on.
yeah, so if you ain't got a cut, brother, you still gotta come. You gotta put that screen on. But yo,
All right.
yeah. But you know what I mean, though, bro. You got to do that. Make sure
Mm.
you go back to the beginning with your birth certificate. After you did the authentication, what you do? Just put the affidavit on it and put it up?
To be
Nah,
honest with you,
bro.
I haven't used the birth
Remember,
certificate at all for anything else. I couldn't even get in the damn courtroom for real.
bro, I see what you did. I always feel to see. Come on, I'm like, yo, you gotta play the game, bro. This is when your passport is your interest in there. That lets you know off the top who you are. That's why you gotta strengthen your getting process with the birth certificate. After you authenticate it, you have to put it in recording, bro. That's how you able to discharge jet. That's part of the process before you do the secure party credit process. See, you got the right idea. Yeah, you
Your signal's skipping out, bro. They don't like the information. They don't like what you're talking about right now. They always
use
do
the
this to
book,
Tony.
but it all. Yo, I'm
They
telling too
cut
much.
they
But
cutting you out.
what
They
I
cutting
just
you
said,
out, bro.
yeah, I'm talking too much. But
You
yo,
might
what
want to
I
put
said
that
in
in
the
the private.
beginning,
Yeah.
yeah. But what you caught with, well, you know what to do, man. Rewind what I said and just take clearly what I said in the beginning minutes. What I got on. That's what you got to do, brother. That does play a part. How you think I was able to discharge that debt, and then they try to set me up? I was looking for the letter because they said, "Oh, you still got to pay the court fees." So if I discharged the debt. Why am I paying the court fee? See, that's the setup. If I if I pay the court fee with fiat money, what do you think's gonna happen? I
Mm,
can't pull back into the system. That's why I was laughing. That's why that's what they sent me after I sent back the DA the paperwork, the cut a deal. I told you I wrote it in red, did the thumbprint.
So you sent it in via mail. You didn't even go in.
Nope. I ain't
Uh,
going there, yo. I sent the mail. The DA sends you a letter to to take a deal to give in your rights. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I didn't do it that way. I did it in red ink, like I told y'all, and then they sent me back a receipt, meaning, yo, just because you're a nationalist, you still have to pay the court fee. Now, if I just discharged the debt and I put a dollar sign in writing to show you I'm honorable for you to put the price on, why would I need to pay the court debt if I left the dollar sign there for you to put the price you charging me?
Mm.
Because when you say accept, because I put accept, when you accept, that's the process. They already know from there what to do. You just, you know what I mean? You put your, let me not talk about that, but you do it without the quotations in the between. You put your whole account number. You know what your account number is if you got this far.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but you got to go back to doing that process. Also, when you doing the same time the process for the passport, you got to put in the human rights for the world passport. Do you understand?
Wait, say that one more time. Run it back.
Yeah, yo, it shows you on the site, world citizen government site for the world citizen
Oh,
passport.
you mean the declaration you put on there?
Yeah,
Yeah, I read
you
that.
know, I
Yeah,
gotta I gotta say it different ways, A6, because they're gonna
yeah,
start fucking up the thing,
yeah,
man.
yeah, 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 yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean. That's what you put in with it,
Mm.
and also you gotta, that also plays a main part too. When you did the birth certificate, did you ever register to be a voter?
A while back.
Yo, you gotta rescind that. That's the main thing they got you wrapped in. That's why
Mm.
you having problems too. When you did the birth certificate authentication, you were supposed to do the rescind the voter,
Mm.
because that locks you into the system. You
Mm.
you you know you can't vote. It doesn't
Mm.
work for that, but that's just registration of you hardcore in the system.
Mm.
Once you get that out of there, because you already claimed your assumed name, right?
Nah, they won't let you do that here in Maryland. I tried that.
Yo, you act like you not just one Indian, brother. You got other Indians everywhere. That's, you gotta use people like other nationalists, give them power of attorney just for to do that for you to file.
Mm.
See, this is how
Got you.
everybody help each other. That's what the power. That's what you need to do. You and Bad Wolf need to do something on power. You know what I'm saying? Power of attorney. That's how y'all was doing it when you first started the group. Remember?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Same rules
yeah.
apply,
Absolutely.
yo. We're the creators. Just like Patrick Devine said, whatever. I listen to a lot of these dudes, but
Mm.
actuality, man, it's common sense. Yo, you're the creator. All you gotta do, you create any document, you just get it notarized. You know what I'm saying? And put it through the
Mm.
court. See, I use my bank as notarized. That's how I play with them. I be using a passport, and he was like, "Yo, I've never seen a passport card like that." I said, "You know what it is? If it's 3, that means I'm the maintenance man. I'm on the come up." He start laughing. I said, "I will be coming for that private account soon after I get my affairs settled." He was like, "Oh, I know what you're doing because you've been using us to notarize because they got to write it in a book." Because
Mm.
he comes out every time I notarize something. Because when I did the SS5 180 for him, he came out. He was like,
Mm.
"Oh, you really not playing?" I said, "No, I'm not playing, man." And for some reason, I think it's they changed the laws with this minor thing because, all right, I thought me and my girl had to sign for my daughter. My daughter ended up getting her own notarizing her birth certificate and all of that right in front of me, because I'm like, yo, I got to sign. He was like, no, she's right here. She's about to be 17 next year. When I first did it, I'm like,
What?
I
That's
just looked
wild.
at her and I was like, yo, and they jerked me because I got to send my joint out again, yo. When they called me and made me pay double, they didn't give me the federal, and then they try to say, oh, apostille. So now I'm send them pictures of my girl passport, my passport, and my daughter's passport, and I'm sending a rule and 220 in with it. You have to do it now. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? Stop playing with me. You have to do it. You know the rule, the Minnesota rule 220. I guess they didn't understand, so you have to put it in paper so they could see it.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff you got to.
Man, then after I do that, because now I got to do certain process. I got to take the paper after I get the paperwork back because I'm doing it on Monday. Because I've been working on the world passport. My girl's like, "Why are you doing that?" I said, "It's been a year since we had the passports. February, I gotta do it again." Because they give you. That's when we got it, February 1st, 2021. So February 2022, 2022 will be the full year. So now I'm gonna go for the 5 stars.
Mm.
Because after I did the full authentication of the birth certificate, that should be coming back after I do this Monday. It should be coming back to me in January.
Mm. And
Because I turned.
you think that'll get you to 5?
Nah, in the letter, I did other procedures. You know what I'm saying? I already rescinded the vote, my voter. I already did that. I sent that in.
Tell
You got to
everybody how
do
you
that.
did. Tell everybody how you did that.
Hell no, I'm not going to do that on
Or where you
live. I
sent. No,
can't
no,
do
no, no,
that
no, no,
on live.
no, 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 no. Just tell everybody where you sent your recension to. What company you sent it? The public company or whatever.
Where'd you get? All right, I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give it a clue like this. Where did you have to register at?
Shit, it's been so long I don't even remember, dude. I'll be honest with you.
How'd you get? All right, a lot of people in here before they know this. How'd you get your driver's license?
Oh yeah, there was the Department of Motor Vehicles.
That's
Yeah,
the same.
was it the DMV? Man,
Yeah, that's the same place you gotta send this thing
interesting,
to.
interesting. Yeah, I didn't even remember that.
Remember, they are what? Also, just like the U.S. is,
Uh,
they
uh,
work with them. They're an entity too. You know what I'm saying? Because you're contracting with them. By
Word.
you returning your license and rescinding your voter registration, where you go to the same place to do this at, is the same place you got to return it to.
That's interesting. Yeah. Okay.
You gotta look into that. A lot of dudes don't want to say that because a lot of this is supposed to be on the low. Everybody, you know how they say everybody's not supposed to get saved. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm a strong. I'm not a strong believer in that. I believe everybody should have cards on the table when they pick their choice. I don't feel like if you know, don't let everybody know. I believe put the cards on the table. Let everybody choose. Do you
Let
want to
them
do it? Do you
choose.
don't?
Exactly. I agree with that 100%.
You
You
know what
got a
I'm
question
saying?
there, man. Russell says, Tony, what's the book you flashed a couple weeks back? I just ordered bills of exchange and bankers document credits. Is that the book, right?
Bills of exchange. Which one he's talking about? He's talking about the trustees. Cause
Because
I showed a lot of
you
books.
be
I read
shot
a
you be
lot.
showing some fire books and you be coming over here dropping info. So people want to know where you're getting your source from. My
Let me
man be
see.
coming in here with that fire. Everybody's
Yeah.
saying you need to do your own YouTube, man. That's what they
Nah, I
asking
just
for.
jump on. Yeah, you see how they treating me, man.
I
I'm
see.
in New York, man. I
Yeah.
moved from the Bronx to Dutchess County and still getting haggled. You know what I'm
Still getting
saying?
haggled, yep. You see how they cut my man's his feed out. The Law of Debtors and Creditors. That's the book. That's
That's
one of
one
them.
of them.
You
You
had
see
one
what
of
it
them on
said?
trust, though. I think you had a trust book too.
Yeah, I got that. I'm gonna show you. You got to know this because Bad Wolf talk about this a lot.
Mhm.
Subrogation. What's the other? You talking about this one?
That trust book was $300 solid. I saw it online.
Yeah, no. Everybody keep asking me about CPNs. I know how to create this shit too.
Nice. CPN Secrets. Fire.
They don't sell this book no more. See, I got it in PDF style. Then I had to go to Staples and get the spiral put in it. I'm gonna show that book. This is what they went and got. I got part 2 and 1. This the one. This is the $48 one. Part 1.
Art of Passing the Buck. That's the joint. Yeah. Yeah.
This the one to give you an idea. I showed y'all part 2. That's on it. Let me get that book. Hold on.
That's the five. That's the $300 one, right? All right. So Marvin says, if you're an American national traveling and your car is in the private, what happens if you let your friend drive and you co-pilot? It depends on if your partners. Let me explain something to you. All right. I had Super Sly shared a story online where a guy, I think he had his passport, and another guy he was on probation or something like that. So the guy that was on probation was in the passenger seat, and he was traveling basically. He
I
was
gotta search for that
in
one.
the main seat. So what happened was when the police pulled him over, they asked for the passenger's identification. When he gave him the license, they was able to search that side of the car that the guy that was on probation was sitting in. It was into it's called what is that called? What is it? Compelling public interest, I believe is what it's called. So like if you have a situation where a US citizen is sitting in your car, if he's quote unquote driving and you're in the passenger seat and your car is in the private, guess what? Compelling public interest. Now they got the right to come in your private property because there's a US citizen in there. Once they come in, once they get in, it is what it is at that point. Public versus private, brother. Remember.
Oh, remember that shit that you was talking about that happened in North Carolina?
Yeah.
I just did this printout. Can't really
You,
see it.
You found it? Yeah. Yeah, the joint, the North Eisenberg joint, Pat McCory. Ah, see, they cut him off. They don't
No,
want people seeing that. They cut you off, yo. They say, hey, stop that. Yeah, they cut you off.
yeah,
You can't show that, bro.
yo,
That's why
yo,
I
it
don't
is because
show
I
it.
be showing, yo. I be trying to show because
That's
everybody don't want to believe.
that's why I don't show it. I just tell people about it. Yeah, that's it right there though. Yeah, that's the joint.
This is another one.
Send me that. Email me that, yo, because I don't got that one. Email me that. There was also there was
Judicial vehicular common law.
yo
Driver
there was,
logical.
did you hear the one about from the Department of State about when they violate your rights as the fee schedule? There was actually one on that too, but it was real blurry. I couldn't get the non blurry copy.
That's why
There's
you got to get that when you do the all right, when you authenticate the BC, right? That's how you come to SBC. That's the beginning process because when you get the paperwork back from the alphabet boys, that's the last authentication. It states on there that you are and able to, you understand,
hmm,
to discharge what? You know what I mean?
word.
I would put
Interesting.
it to you like that. That's why you're having problems. See, when you go into court, you don't. This is when the SBC part of you come and play. That's why you got to get the SBC. That I call it the individual banker EIN. But in order for that to play, you have to get the estate number. You know how you get the estate number? Kill the
Hmm.
straw man. And how you kill
Hmm.
a straw man is the death date is your birth date. I'm just gonna leave it to you like that. You know what I'm
They cutting
saying?
you
Y'all
off
can
again,
figure the
bro.
rest out.
They cut you off.
Yeah, because that was a valuable piece of, you
My
know what I
man
mean.
said, kill the straw man. Holy so you say
Your birth date.
we gotta do a private, bro. We gotta do a private. We gotta
Your
do a private.
birthday, because I'm studying now. That's why I was sitting there telling you about this.
Hmm. Hmm. Absolutely. My man said, kill the straw man.
Yeah. You
World
see what
passport.
it
Yes, yeah, the world
said.
passport joint, bro.
You know
Yeah,
how
like I
they,
said, if you go down there, they said you can get it within an hour.
yeah. But damn,
Yeah.
son, I'm
They
being
do they
crazy.
do they do they do licenses,
But you
excuse
know
me,
what I have a
marriage
problem with?
licenses too. They do birth certificates, all that stuff.
Do you know
Anything
how
you can
much
get.
they trying to charge for a rental? They want rent money. I'm not giving them that. And I got New York plates on my damn Benz. He see me coming down the turnpike and the E clap. Pull that black motherfucker over. What the hell he's trying to do? And I'm not catching no bus. Everybody's mad central out here. And for some reason, a lot of old people like coughing on me purposely, bro. I don't know what that's about. I made a joke. I said, "What is it? Because they try to kill the boomers. They don't want to pay y'all now. It's time for y'all to collect. They don't want to pay y'all. That's what's
Yes,
going on. They don't
sir.
got no money to pay everybody. Remember, there's teachers that we grew up getting taught by. Hold up, I need to do county, but whole time,
He said
though you
Yusuf
should
say
say don't
authentication
matter.
don't matter.
Yo, you keep listening to people. Yo, I'm gonna keep talking about you. Listen to everybody, and I'm not trying to because it's only a certain amount of us on here, and I come on here as a guest, so it's only certain people he could be talking about, and I know he's talking about us because I'm blowing it up too. I'm not stupid.
Dude,
You could
literally, bro.
everybody could talk sideways.
Yeah,
This is the age of the Aquarius. My birthday is January 27th, and I know when
word.
motherfuckers keep talking about motherfucker. Don't get mad because you don't get that many views, brother. And I'm really in New York. You know what I'm saying? I have a father that lives in Atlanta. Covington, Atlanta. He owns about 2 acres of land, and he's yeah, it's my father, original Blackfoot foot Cherokee from Plymouth, North Carolina. So I can say these things because I do have touches in the tribal thing. But at the end of the day, keep doing what you're doing, A6, because everybody wants to listen. I show and prove that I did. I listen to everything, but I went and did my shit. Just like you go and do your shit. Everybody
Mhm.
want to keep listening. It's just like this. If I know the game and I don't want you to win, I'm gonna say, yo, son, don't do that. You could get caught. But I'm doing it though. You watching me hop the gate, but I'm telling you, don't do it.
Word.
You get what
I'm
I
gonna tell you
mean?
something, bro. I'm gonna tell you, he facts. All right, I'm gonna tell you something. Um, when people say certain things, I've noticed it's usually because they're selling something.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody's selling something and you can do something that what they sell you can do, you have no reason to buy what they're selling. And I'm gonna leave it at that because I ain't attacking nobody. All right,
Oh, and
I ain't attacking
you know
nobody.
how many times people front up here? I'm gonna show you something, man, because you don't know who you have around or on the thing, yo. Hold on.
Oh yeah, big facts though. What up, Wolf? My man, what up, what up, what up? So he says, Tony was okay, we already asked about that.
I don't front.
What up, Terry?
I
What's
get
going on with
money.
you?
I
My man
don't
got the
front.
my man got the
I
cheese.
do get money. I do get money.
Yes,
So
sir.
you can't say only broke people do this process. Everybody that got money do this process too. So just I always show because people sit up here and be like, oh, that's probably a broke nigga front. I don't show my cars on my Instagram. For what? I play around the public and I play around the private and I know how to create CPNs. And yes, you can legally have one CPN because if a rapper can have it, why you can't have it? Your life is valuable as a rapper. You can get killed out here too. You understand what I'm saying? Some people could be after you too. I get tired of people saying it's illegal. It's only illegal when you don't pay your debt.
Yep,
That's when it becomes illegal. So I'm getting
yep.
tired of people saying that. I bought 3 Mercedes Benzes with fiat money and my own credit because I used to be a master welder. Been a welder since 2007. Kidneys failed 2008. My pop's been a master welder for over 30 years, so it kind of was I cheating because I got taught this shit young. But at the end of the day, if you believe in what you want to do, it can happen. If you say you're a loser, you're gonna be a loser. If you're a winner, you're gonna be a winner. Then play to win. Stop worrying about everybody else. Because when you worry about everybody else, that's when you lose focus. I realize that. That's why I don't talk about people. Reserve your blessings. And money is energy. Just like you give money away, you can give energy away. If the
100%.
person is negative talking about another person, get away from them because they're sitting on your blessings too. Because you're
Yep.
sitting there listening. You're worse than the person talking. Because it's weird. I always felt if I'm cool with you, A6, and I'm cool with another dude, he talking about you, and then I'm sitting there listening. What good is that making me, dude, come back and tell you, yo, I want to talk because I'm both your friends. Keep that between y'all two. You know what I'm saying? But some people are listening. So how does that make you any better by sitting there listening? Because you know. So that makes you two-faced too. That's why everybody
Yeah.
has
Right.
problems with sharing knowledge. Oh, I got to get money for this. Why are they on there talking about it for free? You might as well. All right, everybody studied. Some people know what God body is. I studied that lesson too because I got the God school in Harlem. That's where I got knowledge in self. So my thing is this: if you know something, 10% is keep it a secret and take advantage of those that don't know. The blind, deaf, and dumb. But as a teacher, you're supposed to teach without a price. You don't. How should I put it? Put a price on it where you're trying to kill the people, but you let them know like I got to get something too. See, I used to look out A6. Some didn't want to find their documents. You're like, yo, pay me $10. I could find it because I know there's some people that don't have a computer.
Mm.
But some people, oh, he trying to get money. But I see you
Yo,
still
I
on here
swear,
listening.
dude. Yeah, I swear, man. No, no, no. You good? You good? But nah, I'm telling you, that's facts.
Yeah,
Just be
man.
like, yo, you ask for like a couple dollars or whatever for your troubles of having to go do something, then you the
You
bad guy.
need
Like,
to start doing is just like everybody else do it with the 300,000 followers and all that. Put your Cash App through, man. And it's weird that every time I come on the show, you got more views than you got likes. Like, I don't know, yo. It's not hard to push like, nigga. I get money. I do a lot of things. I smoke weed. I do a lot of things. But if I see somebody trying to help the people, you do got to help them. You know what I'm saying? You might be in a better predicament than the next one rather than talking down to the next one. Like what I said on there.
precisely.
Like Uncle said something real fun. We call his name Unc, that OG.
Yeah,
He a knowledge jumper too. Don't let him fool you too. He jump on everybody's pages too. But yo, Unc, I really do
you
this
seen him.
shit. I
Yeah.
really do this shit, Unc. I don't fake jacks. I really do this shit. And I do put money in other niggas' pockets going to shit.
Oh, they got you cut out again. They got you cut
Yeah,
out again.
because you know why? My name, I use my real straw man name on here. I don't fake no jacks. That's really my name.
Oh, word.
Yeah, nigga, you think I ain't been verified? That's why I be laughing. I
Word.
don't
Yeah.
hide that for
Uncool
nobody.
people though. Uncool people. You cool people, man. You cool people.
But
But yeah,
actuality, six, what you talking about? They're making it harder and harder. And to authenticate birth certificates and all of that in New York City is $20. They passed the rule July 15th of 2021. So if you in New York and you trying to authenticate your birthday, I'm gonna tell you now, it's $20. Don't let them fool you with the $10. The county clerk is still $3. But when you do the state and all of that, it's $20. Yeah, it's $20. So it goes up. So
mm-hmm.
my advice to you, A6, you need to strengthen that birth certificate and you need to record it at you gotta send that after you do that, you write in red letters on the back. I gotta give you my email because I can't talk it all on the thing. so you have an idea of what to do and shit.
My email is in the description. Email me, and we gonna talk. We're gonna
Yeah,
talk. We can
man.
talk privately. Yeah.
Yeah, cause that's what you need to do, because you're supposed to be able to do this both ways.
Mhm.
You can accept the offer, and just that's the whole point of this truck, because you're helping the big debt go down. Do you
Mhm.
understand?
Yeah, I get it.
I listen to Yusuf L for that note on the discharging, because he gives you the ins and outs on that note on what you're doing. But the rest is you reading. You're reading the right book, the 4 or 5, but you got to study that
You
that other
skipped out.
book
Say
I
it
showed
again.
you. The book that you're reading, the Redemption 4 5,
Mhm.
you're on the right step.
Mhm.
You got to read the other books dealing with the trustees that I showed
I
you
just ordered it.
and contract. You
Yeah,
got to study that. Once you master
I
those
just
two
ordered
things,
it.
this is nothing to you, bro.
Word. Yeah, I just ordered the trust book that you had showed last time. I got the joint off eBay like a week and a half ago. Matter of fact, waiting for it to get here, but you know it's the holidays. Stuff moving slow in the mail. They got you off the screen, Tony. Damn, they don't want him talking about the books either. Sheesh. Man, they ain't want my man talking about the books. Don't even read the books. All right, just keep being blind, deaf, and dumb. That's what they thinking. What are the benefits of being in the upsmith
Call it, bro.
UPU? Oh yeah, he said something about the UPU. Let me go back up because I saw it, but I didn't really get a chance to harp on it. Hold on a sec. Don't think I'm ignoring you, bro. I just, yeah, for some reason, I just skipped over it. Let me see. He's asking me about the UPU. Where is it?
UPU.
Yeah, I didn't know what he was talking about. Here it is. Do you have a membership in the UPU? Universal Post Union. Nah, man.
Oh, tell him I didn't
What's
do
the
that one
science?
yet.
What's the science on that, man?
Is he
What's
talking
the
about the
science on that?
postmaster?
Maybe I don't know.
Because we got another account, right?
I heard
My up code 1 2. That's a nine. It's a 9 number. That's what he's talking about.
Patrick Devine was talking about the postmaster.
Mine, yeah, 126010233. That's mine. That's another EIN number. This shit is crazy. It gets deep. You can instead of paying the post office, you can write yo. This is like a whole nother, like, dealing with creation.
Hey,
I'm still studying that. I didn't go into that. I heard whoever put that. I did a little study on it, but I want to go deep into it. That's another count though. That's dealing with your mail and all that. Once you get that on Smash, that's another thing dealing with this. But each process is different from the other. To get that secure party creditor though strengthened, you got to do what I told you to go back and do with that
got you.
BC. And you got to
Right.
record it in Georgia. Ask Bad Wolf about that, because he knows about that too. Once you
Okay,
do
got you.
that right there, you're stating what you are, because the federal AUT, that right there says it on it what you are. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You can take back then that's when you do the assumed name. You understand where all that comes into play? That's where
Got you.
the SPC come into, because now you're giving public notice, and then you're putting on the trademark. Oh, you can't, you get what I mean? I don't want to say more because they're gonna cut me. But
Yeah,
you
absolutely. Go
got
ahead.
the book to read. You'll see it says that. You're gonna be like, oh, this is what he's talking about. You know what I mean?
Or
When you
okay.
showed the book last time, so I didn't jump in. I said, oh, he's already on it. You're on the
Yeah.
right step, A6, but you got to get that EN number. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Once you get
Yeah.
that, I don't know, yo. Some people be charging bread.
I know.
I
Yeah.
could give
Yeah.
you
I
the
know
site.
that.
The dude want to charge that, but they put, yo, to me, $1,000 to get the world passport. You're joking, G. I could get that for less than that.
A
Like, come
thousand.
on,
I ain't seeing charging
yeah,
1,000 for that. The world passport was pretty.
yo. I ain't even gonna say no names because I don't want to throw infringement.
Mhm.
But yo, they are bugging,
Yeah.
and they know who I'm talking about, because they're the only ones that's selling it for that much. They're not
But hold
doing it
on.
1,000.
The world passport wasn't $1,000 though, from what I saw.
They're trying to do your whole process, but you got to mail it in and get it notarized. That's a lot of money. You can get the
Huh.
damn documents yourself for free. You know what I'm
Word.
saying? That's why I was telling you, when you do the passport, you could do the world passport at the same time, and then, you know what I mean?
Word. Damn.
Boop! Because you do
Dang.
have a right to leave. That's like a slap in the face, because then you can say I am what I am with that world passport. Because
Right.
you can get an ID. They got it on the site, yo. It's just like,
Yeah.
you just gotta read. Everything is on the site. It's just that some people are incompetent.
Hmm.
They're
Yeah. I read
not
the whole
smart.
joint. I
Yo,
read
it
the
tells you how to
declaration,
do this
everything.
shit. It tells you
Yeah.
how to do this shit, bro. You just gotta
Yeah.
pay attention. But I don't want to talk. You probably got some more knowledge in it, so I'm gonna get off this. I just wanted to tell you on the right step. You gotta get that banker's EIN. I'm gonna hit you up with my number and shit so you can call me and shit.
No
So I
doubt.
tell you what you gotta do. Then you could
Bet.
teach everybody else. You know what I mean?
They're gonna do the same thing to my connection that you did.
No, because it's different. I'm in New York State, nigga. It's like, all right, if something goes down out here, I bet you I won't be able to get on your shit to tell you what's going on
Right.
out here. They're gonna
Facts.
shit on me. I'm probably have to send you a video.
Damn.
Like, yo,
That's
Tony
crazy.
sent a video, yo.
Word life, man. Hell
Yo,
yeah.
mad blessings, man. And I caught the last. But you could have sent the notification to somebody else because you be having some informative dude. That tribal dude, though, he killed it when he told everybody how to get your tribal thing. You go get your people's birth certificate, add it with yours. They don't mess with you. That dude was spitting mad knowledge
Hold
you
on.
had
What,
up
you
there.
using my Mac?
Yeah, the Indian
Yeah.
you had up there. That
Yeah.
Indian? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yo. He
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
watching. He probably
Yeah.
watching.
He had some bars. I'm in the process of doing that too, y'all.
He told you to get this book, right? You know why he told you to get this book,
The
right?
Mac joint. Yeah.
You know why, right?
Yeah.
It's game to how to talk to these administrators when you in, because it's just like talking to a girl. How you sweet talk a girl, same way you do a cop. How you do when you get out of a ticket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Art of seduction, man.
Yeah, because dudes can get pimped too. yo,
That's
yo,
true. I ain't gonna argue with that 100%.
dudes
Bars
can
is
get
bars,
pimped too.
man.
Oh
Bars is
yeah,
bars.
if Kevin is watching, Kevin, don't give up. You got him hating you already. You definitely need a world passport, brother. You need to look in.
Yo,
I'm.
word.
I should I get. You definitely need to look into that. You need to go to I'm gonna be nice and give the website, man. It's called
Matter of fact, I'm gonna share
World.
it. I'm gonna share it, y'all. I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share it.
Yeah, these niggas. Let me put it up.
I got you, yo. Got you
I'm
right
going
here.
my other iPad because I switch off from this one. You know how they gonna do it?
Oh, yeah, they're gonna try to get you up out of there, man.
Yeah, because I'm talking too much.
And you dropping bars. All right. So look, check this out. This is the World Passport website. We
I'm
talked
on
about
live
this
right now.
a while back. You guys probably remember, but we're
Give
gonna
me a
talk about
second.
it again tonight because the way shit is going, man, this might be the move right here.
Oh, you
Check
got
it
it
out.
up already?
Boom.
Yeah, you already got it. We got
Boom.
doing.
Yeah, this might be the move, man. But this is the World Passport right here. All
This
right.
is what you apply for with your when you do the national passport. You send this in with it, but you got to put the human rights with it. You understand? No
Absolutely.
pass. Don't use no social security number. You asked out, brother. Send it with the explanatory statement. You got to make your shit strong. You get what I'm saying, A6?
Absolutely.
You got
So
to make it
you're
strong.
saying reapply for the passport using the world citizen information. Oh damn, they don't want to talking about that.
Way, same. Yeah, yo, you about to get your channel cut. I'm about to get off. You might as well click me off, man, because they don't want two heads, man. I'm gonna stay in the cut. I
All
think you
right,
already
man.
got it, because this when you go into to how to register, it's gonna show the ID. So I'm gonna get off while you go into it. When you go into it, like where it says how to register and all that, you
Yeah.
start going into it. It's gonna
Mm-hmm.
show other IDs. I'm gonna get off so you don't they don't spike you. Look up to the left. Everything's up here, bro. It's just how you play it.
Yeah.
Now, if you're a world citizen, that's kind of hard to like deny.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Uh-huh.
So you do your studies with this and mix this with the same process as you did with the regular passport. You might be an evil type of entity, you know what I mean? If you study this type shit. Because your passport is your key into the equity courts. Just
Facts.
to let you know. But I'm gonna get off this A6 so you can continue on, brother. I'm gonna be
Absolutely.
watching. So you got
Thank
some more informative brothers up here. Love it. I'm gonna hit you on the email.
No doubt. Thank you, man. All right, that was Tony Cooper, man. More bars upon our skull as usual. But yeah, this world passport, man. I was reading about this all last week, and I pretty much was looking into it. And the information they offer, I'm trying to find the documents they actually have. Let me see. Maybe it's apply. Hold on. They had a list of documents they can actually give you. Now, I know the passport was one of them. They had an identification card. You can get a marriage certificate. You literally can get your marriage through the world. You know what I mean? It don't even have to be in the United States jurisdiction. And I thought that was interesting, but where is it at? Where is it at? Y'all might have to scour the page, but yeah, it's here somewhere. But it shows you. Wait a minute, hold on. Official documents. I think this might be it right here. Hold on. That's not it. All right, check this out. Recent visas from various countries as an example of nation state recognition. All right, so this is the one from Mexico. That's how it looks. And this is the world passport. So he was able to go to Ecuador with the world citizen passport. Some people are able to go to different places with it, but this is proof that it's taken by different governments. Now, there's a list of governments on here that do accept it or have taken it in the past. There's another one there. Pretty much. There's a list of them of who has taken them in the past, and it's right here. These are all the ones who have taken it in the past, but some of them haven't. And I think America or the United States is one of the corporations who hasn't accepted it. See, it says it goes from United Arab Emirates to United Kingdom. Actually, no, it says United States of America here. Wow, man, interesting, huh? That's interesting. Wow, I didn't even know you. Last time I looked on it, I didn't see that. I must have missed it. Hmm. But yeah, there you go. World Citizen Passport, man. Look into that bad boy. But they give you all kinds of documents. Let me see. Let's look around on the website a little bit. Hold on. Apply online. Let's read it. Here you go. Here's the documents right here. World Identity Card, $35. That's about the same price as a passport card. World Birth Card, $35. World Birth Certificate, $35. World Citizen Card and Certificate, $40. International Exit Visa, $30. International Residence Permit, $30. World Political Asylum Card, $30. World Marriage Certificate, $75. All right, so those are the different documents you can get. Yeah, birth certificate, all that, man. You literally can get on here and get busy. That's crazy. It's great though. It's great. It's great. It's great stuff, man. But I had saw a video about a dude who he was stateless. So he was here as a refugee, and then his country collapsed. So when his country collapsed, of course, he didn't have a country of origin anymore. So he literally was stateless. The dude had nobody to represent him. So he was here as a refugee. So he went to I think it was Hawaii, if I'm not mistaken. He was able to leave to go to Hawaii, but when he tried to use his credentials to get back in, they would not let him back in. So he's stuck in Hawaii, and people are saying Hawaii is so nice. Why you complaining about it's a beach? But he like, yo, this dude had like I think 3 outfits he took with him, and he only planned on staying for a weekend. But the dude ended up having to live out that joint. He was like, it's just hard to move around when you don't have any credentials or nothing like that. So he was pretty much on that BS. They was. But imagine if my man had one of these. If he had one of these, he might be able to get around much easier than he would without something like that. You know what I mean? And all you need to really have is that in your possession to verify who you are, which you can actually get it in upper and lowercase too. I was playing around with the how you want your name, and you can actually get your name in all uppercase, or you can get it in upper and lowercase, the proper spelling of your name. So you can do it both ways. That's very interesting how they had that on there. But yeah, the document is very interesting. Definitely look into that, people. Let me get back over here. All right, I'm missing a lot of comments. Oh, y'all been going off. Sheesh. Hold on. SSN estate grantor postal. He's saying these are the EINs you should have. I'm making a note because I got some work to do. I got a little bit of work to do. Record the UCC one in Georgia. Yes, he says you can record it in Georgia. Once you fully authenticate with the county, state, and federal, then you can record it in Georgia, and then you good to go. From what I see, pure trust organizations. Tony's out. So when you send the board to get it sealed, authenticated. Yes, sir. That's what he says. The security agreement POA, hold harmless, and indemnity agreement and copyright notice in Cherokee County Superior County Court Clerk's office. Okay. I don't trust Cooper. He probably an agent. I highly doubt Cooper's an agent. Kevin the King is here. This dude Jimmy always got jokes. I got the assumed name certificate and think it's really interesting some of the theories I've seen on it. Yo, let me tell you, yo, there's assumed name certificate. Um, I've heard stories about it not working, but then I've heard stories about it working. So I mean, I don't have much to say about that. I don't play like that. I stay diplomatic. No world passport for me. That's odd, Kevin. Did they put you in line, man? Did they put you in check? Is that what happened? Did they put you in check? Because you said something on the video I posted outside the courtroom, man. You was like, "Yeah, I pretty much just stay low key." I'm like, "Bro, I thought you was the guy." You know what I mean? I thought you was Mr. Words are Blazing. I thought that was you, man. I don't know. You're looking real shaky right now, Kevin. What's going on with you, man? What's happening? Yeah, but he was saying the county too, the county assessor or the county secretary of the county as such. You're a man or woman. Human is a hue, color of a man. That's actually true. True claim, private router, VPN or router. It's called the test. Once the lawsuit is over, they'll leave me alone. I'm not dumb. Oh yeah, good point. That's a good point. I agree with that. That's a good point, Kevin. Tony Cooper. Have you read anything about diplomatic passports and how to do it? Honestly, I've been looking about diplomatic passports, but there's very limited information online. You might have to go to like the dark web or something to find that shit, and that is a place I do not care to go. Sounds like becoming a citizen of the New World Order. Nah, I don't think it's that to that degree, or else they'd be forcing people to get world citizen passports. You know what I mean? Now, if you see the United Nations coming out with a passport, avoid that. Avoid that. Avoid that. Please avoid that. Marriage certificate. Don't get one or bother. Do it with the Bible. Simple. Yeah, that's actually facts. Jimmy speaking facts about that. The old school way they used to do it was with the Bible. That's before they got the U.S. corporation involved. You could actually just record it in the Bible, and you can have witnesses. I think two witnesses sign it, right? That's what it says in the Bible. You got to have two witnesses sign that bad boy, and it's boom, good to go. Yeah, he's right. It is the marriage certificate is connected to the state. That's 100% facts. Thank you again, Tony. Yes, it is 100%. So what's better, U.S. national or world citizen? I don't like the word U.S. national. Bad Wolf uses the word U.S. national. I prefer foreign national or American national personally. But I mean, the world citizen thing. I mean, you don't have world citizen is more like a. I would say the world citizen is more like just the people, man. You know what I mean? Like the this place that we live in, united. That kind of thing. The world. You know what I mean? It ain't no jurisdiction or nothing like that. It's just basically the sovereign state is how it was meant to be and such. We have studied, sure. We have studied. We had to study for sure. I don't know why I can read. I got dyslexia like hell. We have to study for sure because anything associated with the world is sketchy, and with everything going NWO. Like I said, I highly doubt the world citizen passport is connected to any kind of agenda. Again, if there was going to be a world NWO type thing, it would be with the United Nations. So you would have the United Nations saying, just turn in your old passport and get this United Nations passport. You feel me? So yeah, there's that. He says Mark White is correct. Yep. Funny, you don't want to be a citizen of anything. True, true, true. Recorded at the county recorder of Canton, Georgia, for instance. A man, Jimmy Bennett, says the county recorder of Canton of Georgia. All right, making another note. The Fearless Floyd show is correct. I'm just trying to finish my suits. I never crack under pressure. Results, results, results. I love it. He said, I want them results. If I was born in Texas, what is the purpose of authenticating birth certificate in Georgia? It's recorded in Georgia, he's saying, not authenticated in Georgia. The world passport is legit. However, some places won't take it. That's what I was telling him. Yeah, but the way my man is saying, yo, once you get your full process done, that world passport can be used to get yourself your world passport information can be used to get yourself the 5 star, the coveted 5 stars for the passport, what everybody wants. Texas is a known home to the Nationals. Here's the problem with Texas. All right, it's still a corporation. It's got a corporate side, which basically, has all these unconstitutional statutes, codes, and regulations. Which is why what happened when I went there to get that arm, they weren't trying to sell it to me because I didn't live there, which is some stupid shit, honestly. But you know how it goes. The World Citizen Passport is not an NWO. It's a private creation, not world organized. That's what I was telling them, bro. We literally saying the same stuff, man. Yeah, facts. The World Citizen Passport looks fire, man. Why don't you get on the website and read about it first? And then after you read about it, make your decision. But don't just flat out say, hell no, I ain't getting that shit. Why don't you read about it first and then see what you think afterwards? There's a private esquire that actually does the processes himself. And when you go there, he's in the office and you can talk to him. I talked to a guy in the private chats with me and a few other constituents, and we actually speak about stuff like this. And he was like, "Yeah, I actually went right down there because the guy's from New York, also. He's from the Bronx." He says, "Yeah, I actually went down there and I went in the office and I actually got a chance to have a long conversation with the guy who runs the whole joint." And he was like, "Yo, we can, he answered any questions I had. I got my passport in less than an hour. I went to go get some lunch down the street, came back, my passport was done." Hey, if you ask me, that beats 4 or 5 months. Well, goddamn, I had to wait 8 months for my shit. The Cherokee County, Georgia Superior Court Clerk's office is equal to the Secretary of State for filing and authentication process purposes. Cherokee County, huh? That's very interesting. So, what is the difference then? I would want to know. The 5 star only means a 0 risk level is good to get, but once you get the status done right, you're good. 4 is also good. I got 4, so you know, you know, you know. Yeah, I got 4. I didn't get 5, but I got 4 of them. So, but I'll be honest, man. I've heard about guys getting hassled with 3. I've heard about people getting hassled with 4. I've heard about people getting hassled with 5. I know a guy that got BS with 5. I actually had to help him get out of a situation. But yeah, yep, there you have it. There's the information. But yeah, your homework is to study that World Citizen Passport. That's your homework. That is your homework. The World Citizen Government is a private owned company in Washington D.C. They have a little office down there. So I gotta go down to the Department of Motor Vehicles on Tuesday, and I gotta take a ride down to D.C. also. So yeah, I'm gonna be busy on my off day. I'm gonna be busy running around doing this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? I had to send hella affidavits out after I left that court because I was a little irritated. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I wanted to get in there and get busy and get this shit over with, but now it got dragged out. The whole shit's got prolonged, so I had to send a bunch of affidavits out to different organizations. And there was a shortage of envelopes. It was the weirdest thing. I went to Rite Aid. There was no envelopes, no mailing envelopes. I had to search all over for them, but I actually managed to find these bad boys right here. But there was no envelopes, bro. Like it was the weirdest thing. So I go to Rite Aid, no envelopes. I go to Wegmans, no envelopes. Weird. Went to the stationery section. Went to Giants, no envelopes at all. They had these little mailing envelopes for like I don't know what the hell it was for, like gift cards or something. It was tiny, but I can't use those. So I couldn't use those. Then I had to go over to a CVS and they had like 4 boxes left. So of course I bought the last 4 boxes. Me being who I am. But there was a shortage of mailing envelopes. So it just makes me wonder, are more people starting to send notes to their representatives at the county? Are more people starting to do these processes? Is this why the envelopes are missing? I don't know. It could be a situation where the envelopes are on shipping containers sitting on the oceans and never dock. That could be it too. But I did know there is a shortage of envelopes. Some weird stuff, huh? While I was going in there to get some envelopes, I noticed this lady. She had dropped her enhanced driver's license on the ground. I didn't see her drop it, of course. I just saw it there, so I went in and picked it up and I mailed it to her. Just that good karma. So if you're watching this and you got your license, you're welcome, and I hope you be more careful with your ens legis driver's license. Also sent her a note basically telling her to be careful with her ens legis driver's license. So hopefully she looks up the term ens legis and then says, well, what does this all mean? And then I actually left my YouTube channel on a note too. So if you're watching the YouTube channel, because I did put that note on there, thank you for tuning in. You're welcome for doing that deed for you. It's no problem. I always do stuff like that if ever I can help out, and I ain't gotta go out of my way super hard. Easy work. We always put that good universal energy out so it comes back tenfold. You do stuff like that for people because I know how it is to lose a license. When I was younger, I lost a few of my license, having crazy nights at the bar and this, that, and the third, and trying to move around without the license and stuff. It's a pain in the ass. I remember one time when I was younger, I was actually headed to the Department of Motor Vehicles so I can get another license. And I got pulled over. So you can imagine how fun that was trying to explain to this police officer, I'm headed literally, I had to been like 4 buildings away from the DMV and I got pulled over by a state trooper. So I told him I'm literally headed over there right now. And he was like, do you have any identification on you? I said, no, I don't have any identification. And I have nothing. All I have is just myself. So I'm literally going in here to get this done. And he was like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. But if I see you riding around here again, I'm taking your car from you and I'm locking you out. He said something like that. This was years ago. So I went in and got it. But the bullshit they gotta give you. And what's interesting? Come to think of it, since I didn't give him a contract, that's probably why he couldn't do shit. There's another time I got pulled over when I was younger, and this time I was being a crazy mofo. Let's put it that way. I had a 2003 Mitsubishi Lancer Revolution Turbo, and I was about 21 years old. So I'm testosterone filled, and I got this 279 or 276 horsepower car. And dude, I had modification done to it. Dude, we flew up 695. I was racing the WRX. I think I was about 140 miles an hour. We were gone. Like I was, and I destroyed him. So I just see blue and red lights like far in the background. So I slow all the way down. I get off on the exit because we were headed to another spot to meet at. So cop pulls me over, and I didn't even realize I left my wallet in the house. So he pulls me over. He says, "Do you have any idea how fast you were going?" I said, "No." So he said, "License and registration." So I pat my pocket, and I did the old shit face, like, "Yo, I don't even have my wallet on me." He was like, "Do you even have a license?" So I says, "Yeah, I got one." He says, "I'm gonna let you off with a warning, but you need to slow this thing down. You're gonna be in some serious trouble. Have a good night." And he rolls out. So, you know, this makes me wonder because I didn't give him a contract. Was in a situation where he couldn't do nothing, It's a funny story. But when I think about stuff like that, it just makes me wonder. But never don't drive without a license. That's a bad idea. That's illegal and it is wrong. Do not drive without a license. My man says it puts your data in the full database nationwide versus just the county, state level. So it's important to file the correct one. The one in Canton, Georgia is Cherokee County. Okay. That's interesting. Hey, that's great, right? That's great knowledge right here. See, Jimmy likes to troll, but he got some good knowledge from time to time. Check that out. Everybody make a note of that. All right. So Cherokee County, Georgia is where we want to file that. Cherokee County, Georgia. I think that's my next project. That's my next project. Boom. All right. Russell says I got 5. Good man. Good man. A lot of people that covered the 5. A lot of people want to get it. If you file in the clerk office, you wanted to authenticate your instrument, it would be redundant because the clerk's filing is equal to a SOS authentication, Secretary of State. Only federal buildings, TSA, docks, boatyards know what the stars status is. Cops, etc., aren't in on the knowledge. Yeah, probably not. But I actually talked to a police officer last week, and I asked her because she actually came through our work. I said, "Let me ask you a question real quick. if I would have like I showed her my passport, I was like, could you actually run this on your computer scanner and tell me so I can see what pops up? So she looked at it and started smiling. She says, I can't do this because if we do, we'll get in serious trouble. So she obviously seen it before. Somebody had done it before, but she says, next time you're in your car and you know something happens, just give them that. That's what she said. She just walked away smiling. So they know something they're not telling us. You know what I mean? There's something they're not telling us. So I can send my Michigan birth certificate that's been state and federally authenticated to Georgia, have them put on national level. You got to do it on the county too, from what Tony said. You got to do it on the county. License return, channel plug. Hey, I'll get it any way I can, Wolf. You feel me? You feel me? A random act of kindness can benefit in other ways. You know what I mean? So like I said, I remember how hard it was when I didn't have a license. I lost my joint and I have no other form of identification at all. So when I wanted to go in bars and stuff like that, or if I was, back then I was driving, it just was a nuisance. And then check this out: to get a license, to get ID, you got to have ID. So there's that conundrum. Why do I need ID? If I had ID, I wouldn't need it. You know what I mean? So that was an issue. But yeah, I ended up having to go back there and get it. I think I had to replace that damn thing like 3 times just for being irresponsible. I had a provisional I had lost, and I had a regular license I lost, and I lost another one. Somebody actually mailed it back to me one time. When I had lost it, somebody mailed it to my house, which was great. I actually lost my wallet, and I didn't have any credit cards at that time, but I had some cash. So I think I had like $90 worth of cash. I can't. It was a little over $50 maybe, and they took the cash, which is cool. Fair game. If I leave my dumb ass leaves my wallet and my cash is in it. The cash is yours. Just give me my other credentials, please. Give my damn license and all that stuff back then. So it is what it is. But I wasn't mad about the cash being gone. I was just glad I had all my stuff and didn't have to go get it again. Then there was another time where I actually lost my license in between the crack of my the seat of my car and the center console. So that's an abyss on some cars. So like finding anything that drops down in there is super difficult. So I was detailing my car, like I think it was like a year after the license expired anyway, and I found it and I'd already gotten another license. I'm like, cool, I'm gonna keep this for records, just for myself. I'm just gonna hold on to it. So yeah, there's that. Foreign national, non-domestic without US. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Was a while. Yeah, I was crazy back in the day. Let me tell you, back when I was younger, man, I used to love. We used to meet up Northern Parkway, and we would do some crazy shit with them cars, bro. I mean, we would drift, we would do donuts in the parking lot, yo. We would street race, yo. The fastest I've gone, when I was younger was, man, I think I did like 170, 79 miles an hour. I was crazy, bro. Like, dude, I had this Evo, and I had a big ass turbo on that bad boy, man, and I would just, I was crazy back in the day. I wasn't afraid. I wasn't afraid. I didn't fear death. You feel me? You be trolling, bro. Hey, look, listen, Jimmy. You be trolling sometimes, bro. Like you don't be being a dick necessarily, but sometimes you be on here trolling. But it's cool because it's a family. You know what I mean. Sometimes I be trolling too. It's all good. You part of the family. Ain't nobody mad at you. Yeah, super nice in Cherokee County. Now, is Cherokee County, is that indigenous? Is that indigenous owned property? She definitely knew that police officer knew what time it was. And let me tell you something. I talked to another police officer who was one of my customers, and I asked him if he was familiar with foreign national procedure. He was like, foreign nationals. And he stopped and looked at the ground. He said, yeah, yeah, we just took a class on foreign nationals 2 weeks ago. And I was like, well, what did they tell you? He said, basically, what they told us is if you run into somebody claiming to be a foreign national, leave them alone because it's too much paperwork to have to deal with. So just leave foreign nationals alone. Don't even mess with them. And the foreign nationals and such, um, you're supposed to contact their embassy when you pull them over and give them a ticket, or if you apprehend one of them, you got to contact the embassy. So it's a lot of paperwork, and if it's one thing police officers hate, it's paperwork. They don't like that shit at all. Cookies. We talking about, Jimmy? Cookies. See, you trolling again, man. See, that's you trolling. Cookies, man. We talking about, bro? Huh? Cookies, man. What up, Zakib? How you feeling? Yeah, we got good people in this chat, man. We got a little small family in here. You know what I mean? Everybody jumps in and drops in some good information. James Wolf, James Levin says, "Oh, I seen the screen on the passport with the status is done right. They aren't supposed to show it. The proof is, excuse me, it's proof of change and not being in their jurisdiction. A client's bro is a cop who did it privately. Yeah, yeah. I heard you say something about that, but I still want to see it myself. I like to look at it myself, man. My guy is a cop. He ran my passport and gave me a cancel to carry. What? Concealed carry. Okay, but I was turned down for a FOID card. LOL, crazy. And it gave me a concealed carry. Interesting. A lot of people say that, but I haven't seen it yet, yo. I still would be very careful about because if they can pull you in their jurisdiction for traveling, they'll probably try to do that shit. Do you have a permit from the state? If you don't have a permit from the state, you can't carry. Go to jail. Here's a ticket to make your life harder, and now you got to go to court and challenge jurisdiction. You know what I mean? It's a lot of be careful with that, man. And the Second Amendment says we're supposed to be able to do so, but again, um, any arm you have that you get from a dealer or anything is gonna have a serial number on it, and anything that has a serial number on it, I have a sneaking suspicion they try to pull jurisdiction real heavy on. So unless it's one of them ones without the serial on it, and I'm not saying scratch off the serial, don't do that stupid shit. I'm not saying remove the serial or do it deface. Don't do that at all. All right. Don't mess with the serial on any of your arms. All right. Now, if it just happens to not have a serial, that's different. But don't go over there destroying serials on your arms, man. I ain't with that at all. Have you heard of David Strait? He drives his car privately with only a passport. Well, if David Strait is driving privately, he's in the wrong. So no, I don't. What is this? I don't know what that is. Jimmy got his lick back. He's trolling. Jimmy trolling, yo. You get on the good side of the county recorders, especially if you plan to use them a bunch of recorded documents, holidays. Interesting. Oh, okay. You're talking about getting on that good side. Interesting. Yeah. You could probably do pizza too. That's another thing too. I know I always like when I got clients I work with at the job and shit, and they bring pizza. Like shit. I like some pizza every now and again. I don't eat it a lot, but I like pizza. People like that. You bring them like a pizza or something like that, bro. Something that costs $20 can go a long way, man. Especially like he said with the county assessors or something. Man, hey, that's the guy that brought pizza in here. Let him up. He cool. You know, you might be able to do that at the police department. Here's pizzas, guys. They probably won't even eat them because they think you did something to them because police think everybody's against them. Yeah, you're not supposed to drive with a passport. That's not what the passport's for. It's for travel. What's good, fam? Dope show as usual. What's the vertigo Anavon race status correction process? Anyone familiar? No, I'm not. I heard she got in some trouble and shit a while back, but I'm not. I think she got around that though. But no, I can't say. I know the state nationals. They've been hitting me a lot. They've been hitting me up a lot trying to get me to join them. I was thinking about it though. But yo, groups though, man. Groups, man. Groups. I don't know what you're talking about, Mark. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't even know what that means. What is that, huh? Anyway, the Felix Slow Show. He says, I asked a retired HPD homicide police detective about the do not detain, do not stop, do not interrogate, lifetime concealed carry. His reply sounds like some CIA shit. Facts. I mean, to be honest with you, this process was probably originally designed for undercover agents. I mean, they couldn't get like diplomatic passports, so it probably was more cost effective to just have them fill it out in that way. You know what I mean? That's a possibility. Oh, David, is that the guy that sued the police department for $250,000 and bought himself a new 911 Turbo? I think that's David Strait, right? Yeah, I like David Strait. I think that's him. One of the gurus said that you have $11 million on your driver's license. How can you access that? Kind regards to you and the family. I do not know that you have $11 million on your driver's license, and if you do, it's not yours to claim. I would say, that stuff ain't for you. Oh boy, stay away from Anna Vaughn. Status correction is under 998 or 987. I forgot which number. Can't call that one. They have a gun trust too. People can place their arms in which they can be put on your estate. Really? Yeah, you know what? Somebody sent me um when I first started, somebody bombarded me with information about that. Like they probably sent me like 20 documents and it was overwhelming at the time because I was just starting to really, get my feet wet. And it's like it was a sea of information. It was a little too much at once. But yeah, there was something about a gun trust, and I remember that. And they put them in the estate. Douglas Bright, she's a con artist scamming. I personally blew up the Texas State Assembly. Really? Gun trust is an interesting subject. I mean, you should be able to put your any arms and stuff you have with serial numbers. I would think you could do a UCC 1 or UCC 3 addendum and add them to that, right? That's what I would think. That's what people do with their private property and personal conveyances. David Strait, he drives his car publicly with only a passport. He has won all of the lawsuits against him in court. Michael Babs 009, your license is bonded for a lot of money and it's yours, FYI. Claiming it comes later after you follow some long procedures. Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know anything about that. The driver's license, $11 million. That's interesting, man. That is some interesting stuff. Yes, sir. A man says one of my group members just got back from David Strait's Florida seminar. I would be interested in going to one of those just to learn. David didn't win all of them. There are a few that he didn't. Mark White says 11.2 mil, and it's because your L's is bond is, and you have to file it with the clerk that deals with the attorney general. Yeah, that sounds like a long, complicated process. Be difficult if the firearm is registered. Go ghost. I'm not even gonna finish that sentence. Y'all trying to get me in trouble. Moving an item into the private removes it from federal jurisdiction. Well, I've actually heard different things on that. I've heard that yes, it does, and then I've also heard when you move something into the private, it can create what's called compelled public interest. So if you move something, I would think like something with a serial number, I would say maybe. If you move it into the private, that would be compelled public interest. But a UCC 1 financing statement is pretty much a public document, but it's basically puts a public lien on it. You know what I mean? So that's what I heard. If you move something, like if you take, people think if you take a house and you just move the house into a private trust, well now the private trust is subject to public inquiry because you've got a public item in it. You got to keep public and private separated from what I get, and it makes sense. You know what I mean? You should start a group. I should start a group. I don't know, man. I don't know. Now I don't got time for a group right now. Maybe at a later point, but right now, dude, I'm running around doing so much stuff, dude. I'm trying to get myself straight first before I can start making groups. You know what I mean? Mark White is on point. As far as the license thing goes, I don't know much about it, man. I couldn't say. He could be. It sounds. I know with the passport is actually also bonded. When you get your passport card and your passport book, the reason it takes so long because again, to actually get the passport itself, the process probably takes about around an hour to actually make it. But the reason it takes months as such is because they're creating all these different accounts from what I get. And I actually heard Patrick Devine say you can discharge debts with your passport too. And he actually said you can show up and settle the debt with your passport. I'm not. I haven't tried it at all. Maybe I should, but yeah, yeah. The UCC is owned by Unidroit Vatican jurisdiction. So think of putting the item in the private is the same as legally exporting it, same as authentication. That's a good point, man. That's actually a great point. Jerry Baltimore. What up, Jerry? What about an international trust? What are you? I'm sorry. What are you asking me? You mean about putting it in an international trust? You mean like putting a public item in? Can't say, man. You gotta be more specific with that. What is the star and comments thing? I didn't know you could do that. I can star comments. Okay, cool. I didn't even realize I could do that. I can also block people. That's awesome. Never paid attention to any of that. We usually don't have no dickheads that come in here, but you know, we got a pretty cool group of people. Make sure I ain't miss any comments here. Mark says, so look, right, I got a thought about the five shore joints. What if only the estate EIN or 98 number is used on the application, especially the 98 being foreign that is given us the auto on 5 stars? Well, I can't call it with that, but I can't call it, man. I can't call it. I can't call it. I want to say something, but I don't want to put it the wrong way, so I'm not going to say it. But I don't know. I don't know, man. As far as the 98 number goes, I would think that if you put down that you're if you put down you're from the Republic and such, which is foreign to the United States, and then you put that there, which is also foreign. It's probably a way they could put the number in some kind of system and see what country the number is supposed to be. Because I know those numbers probably have some kind of algorithm to tell exactly what country was used to get the number. So if that were the case, what if it was a situation where you actually put that? But I don't know. Who knows? Who knows, man? I don't know. I don't know. I've never done it, so I can't say. Now, I think y'all know what I'm getting at, but I'm not gonna say it fully. Because I don't want nobody to do anything on it. Like, hey, six told me to do. Nah, look, man. I'm just saying, what if? All right, possibilities. All right, Marvel out here. What if? Use your 8-5 estate EIN dead entity. Yeah, some people have 8-6s too. Off topic. I use my estate EIN in place of my social security number on my notary public application and got approved. Yeah, I've heard about people doing that actually. I've heard about people putting in the EIN in place of the social, and I heard some in a lot of cases it worked. That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I've heard about people getting yeah, I've even heard about people using the EIN to get passports. That's another interesting thing. I've heard it does work. So don't ask me how to do it because I've never done it and I haven't read about it yet. So I've heard about that happening though. And some people are ex might be I think I've heard about a dude who was an ex-convict who did that. And he was actually able to get around certain shit. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything else here. Yeah, I need to get with that Georgia the Cherokee County. I need to get with that, man. Y'all dropping some fire on that. I need to get with that ASAP. I got a bunch of notes in here I took today. I'm out here to learn, man, just like y'all are. But yeah, that's good information. Absolutely, yeah. That's fire, man. I've even heard about I've heard about people doing the foreign estate too. Yeah, the estate is definitely a dead entity. Also, how about every go to CDL school, they got the passport there when they pull over, they tell their ass, you ain't driving commercial and give them a passport. Oh, let me read that again. Also, how about every you go to CDL school, they got the passport and then pulled over and tell their ass, you ain't this guy. Hilarious. That's why I claim your estate. Facts. Estate, man. Yes, sir. You gotta be able to move around different ways, huh? My guy had diplomatic immunity and got locked up for something. His bond was $250,000, but he was putting it in their face. Wait a minute, what? No, are we talking about the guys with the passport card, or are we talking about a diplomat? Those are two different things, you know. Those are two different things. We got to make sure we clear about exactly what we're talking about here, so we can know. You know what I mean? Gotta be clear on that. Yeah, as far as the driving thing goes, you'd be surprised how many police officers don't know the difference between traveling and driving. And when they call, like usually the rookies when they call their dispatch or whatever, they might know something about it, but sometimes they issue to still write you the ticket and let the court handle it. Diplomat, interesting. Where the hell did you meet a diplomat at, man? I need to get, dude. I need to talk to a diplomat so I can find out some stuff. I need to have I need a 3 hour conversation with a diplomat so I can learn information. You know what I mean? I can absorb information. I want to see certain stuff. I want to see documentation. I want to see credentials. I just, not even necessarily any shit about the country they're from, anything. Just like, yo, my country is treating you better than me, type shit. Like, you feel me? Like, oh, if a diplomat gets pulled over for some traffic bullshit, the motherfucker ride around with no plate on his car, and that motherfucker's not gonna get harassed. You know. But again, it's back to the driver's license, like those sub corporations we were talking about earlier, which I will be looking into because the amount of information I've just figured out on that is staggering. So I'll be reading about that more, but it's more so or less about taking that information about those databases. Yo, the world passport is fire, 100%. I'm just curious to know what happens if you give an officer a world passport. They probably still won't pull the license up. You know what I mean? Like, they want a contract with you, bro. They'll use violence. They'll threaten you with violence to contract. They need to contract with you. You know. Those in Texas. Texas Transportation Code Section 701, traffic officers can only issue citations. The motherfuckers is statute enforcers. Call the United Nations. United Nations. Eesh. The blue helmets, man. The blue helmets. You don't want to call the blue helmets. Dudes, the blue helmets got their hands full right now with all kinds of sex trafficking accusations. Yeah, they got their hands full. Blue helmets. They got their hands full right now. Absolutely. Thank you for joining Rainwater. Praise, love, and gratitude to you too. And thank you so much for watching. Man, we got 43 people in here, man. Everybody, if y'all can hear the sound of my voice right now and y'all enjoying the show, even if you're not enjoying the show, please hit the like button. I greatly appreciate it. And if you want, share the video, man. If you're in any of these groups and you know any people that want to jump in here and drop some knowledge, or anybody that has questions that just starting off, because a lot of the information I give to people who's just starting off pretty much, please don't hesitate to share the video, man. Share the video and let people jump in. Let them join the community. And we got 44 people, 42 people. It's meandering. Everybody hit the like button, man. I greatly appreciate it. You too, Jimmy. Hit the like button, man. Yep, it's false. They take them out of context. There's a Vice documentary on David Strait on YouTube. Really? Yeah, there's a sovereign citizen. I don't even want to hear that. I don't even want to watch that shit. It's like, yo, it's just so much slander that goes on with these companies who have a vested interest in keeping the people sleep by calling you a sovereign citizen and all that crap. And it's too many people have a stake in that have control over stuff they probably shouldn't have control over, like the news and such. That what is that company called? What is that company called? They call people sovereign citizens. I can't remember what the website's called. What USFL talks about them a lot, but it is pretty much the juice. They pretty much got a lot of shit to say about it because a lot of the juice are tied in with that shit. The juice is loose, man. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to talk. The man of the hour, Tony. Everybody want to talk to Tony. Yes, sir. Holler at my man's if he give you his information. Holler at him. The UN is occupational force from a foreign corporation. Never invite them in. Hell no. That's what they said. After the George Floyd stuff, they were talking about getting the United Nations in because the police officers were acting crazy. I'm like, nah, bro. We don't need no United. We don't need no blue helmets over here, man. This is a problem we created. This is a problem we got to fix. We don't need y'all to come in our house and do shit. That's like you having a beef with your brother or something like that. Not even a beef, but like you and your brother get to fighting over a toy or something, and your mom told y'all to stop fighting, but y'all won't stop fighting, and then some asshole comes across the street like, "Hey, I told y'all to no, I don't need you to come over here in our house and tell us how to handle a dispute in our house. You mind your business and stay in your house and stay over there. Don't come over here with that." Yeah, like I said, bro, I heard Patriots say, I heard some Patriots say they they got plans for them blue helmets if they come over here, and I ain't gonna say what them plans are, but I've heard some Patriots say they got plans for the blue helmets if they even set foot over here. You know, they got plans for them. You know what I'm talking about? Jimmy Bennett, yes sir. What are you talking about? Yeah, the Vice documentary. After my suits, I'm gonna make a fee schedule, sovereign citizen slander, 100K fine. That's how it should be. That's defamation, bruh. Calling you sovereign citizen. You calling somebody a terrorist at that point. Because sovereign citizens are classified as terrorists with the United States Corporation. They classified as terror. That's terror. That's freaking slander, bro. That ain't slander. That's well, written as slander, but defamation verbally, at least. What's going on, Bill? Thank you so much for swinging in, man. I like to see you in here, man. That dog is interesting. Love, peace, and prosperity to everybody on the channel. Thank you for reaching out, Chris. If you need any more information, man, hit me up. You got my email. Yeah, he's a sovereign citizen. Watch a few of his videos. What did we literally just say about this, bro? We literally had a conversation about this. And... man. Going well, Duluth. Of course, I know about what you're talking about. Politically incorrect. They already have a base in Salt Lake City. Okay. Hello, he's not a citizen in your context. OD facts, 100% OD. Section 701001, authorization A, exempt is provided by subsection C, acting in conjunction with the sheriff of county. The commissioner's court of county may employ not. Okay, that's what I said in my case. Boom. Somebody said you was a sovereign citizen? And 2 additional deputies as county. Okay. Employ not more than 2 additional deputies as county traffic officers, aid the regular officers in special emergencies. Yo, check this out, man. Why is it that when I go to Texas, they have sheriffs, and when I go to other states, they have sheriffs, but here they have like police. They got like, I see a sheriff every once in a while around here. Like, I think I can probably count on 2 hands the amount of times the whole time I've been alive I've seen a sheriff, the sheriff's car. And it has to have been less than 9 times I've seen a sheriff. Most of the time it's them police officers riding around. Sovereign citizens are people who take an oath to the Constitution but are above the law. Exactly. So that Southern Poverty Law Institute, I believe, coined them. Yeah, that's who it was. Them some motherfuckers. I hate those those mofos. The juice. Everybody better wake up declaring shit. Yeah, I get busy with the declarations. I get busy with that. Number of deputies that may be employed under subsections A and B does not apply to a county with a population of more than 2 million. Huh. Interesting. Okay. UN equals martial law. Exactly. And a lot of people know that. He's laughing because he's laughing because of what I said. Police are policy enforcement. Yep. Road pirates, man. Policy enforcement. My man says skitty. Sheriff is sheriff is county jurisdiction, police is municipalities. All right. Sheriffs are the highest law in county or state. Yeah, but the problem is what it is, you got a bunch of police officers, policy enforcers running around here doing the job that a sheriff should be doing, not upholding the Constitution. I mean, at that point, if they, why don't they just take the damn Constitution out of their oath of office? If they ain't got to obey it, then fuck it. They shouldn't even have to, they shouldn't even have to take an oath to that. They don't uphold it anyway. Texas has state troopers, county sheriffs, deputies, and constables, county, city, police, and marshals. Yeah. I've been to Texas a couple times, man. And yo, from what I heard from people that live out there, the sheriffs in Texas, yo, they don't be giving people no shit. Like, my literally, man, you know, weed is still illegal in Texas. My boy was riding around in his whip, just puffing herb right past the police. Stopped in the middle of the street. All right, it was a police officer, like maybe a block down, within shouting distance. Motherfucker had a blunt lit up in his car, windows down, and was stopped right in the middle of the street so my boy could get something out of his car. And I was like, yo, y'all know it's a police officer because you know we from Maryland. We move real slavey with that shit. Like, yo, you know it's an officer right there. Like, man, the police don't be tripping about that around here, man. They don't be giving people no shit. As long as you don't mess with nobody's property or mess with nobody's body or nothing like that, or you ain't messing with nobody in general, just starting shit with people, you good. I was like, really? Texas is on some other ish then. And you know what's interesting? A lot of people be saying back to blue from them areas where them police is cool, probably. But like, little do they know, areas like where I'm at, yo, these motherfuckers ain't trying to hear that back to blue shit, bro. They ain't trying to hear that, man. Because a lot of them here don't even follow the Constitution, man. You know, and people ain't trying to hear that back to blue shit. That's why when they get online and they argue, you got two people arguing from their perspectives. You got one set of people arguing for their perspective where they at police are cool and they'll be giving you a bunch of crap and they follow the Constitution maybe. And but meanwhile in New York and Maryland and New Jersey, that ain't the case, bro. You know, so we arguing about what we know and we disagreeing because we live in two completely different cities, states. Absolutely. I can't even remember how many times I seen police officers texting while driving or on the phone and shit while driving and shit. But same stuff they give people tickets for and stuff like that. They be doing the same shit, bro. I be seeing police officers use their lights just to beat a traffic light. They operate under color of law. Exactly. Exactly. Under the 14th Amendment citizenship. Precisely. Sheriffs down south act right for the most part. I've seen it, man. I've seen it. Even in Florida, bro. It's like in Florida, I'll be down in Florida. There, police don't be tripping down there like that. I don't be seeing them trip at all. You know, they be down there when they need to be down there for real. But you know that then again, that could be because it's a red state, and them people up there, for the most part, they know they get a grasp and concept of their rights. Meanwhile, in states that are blue, and again, I'm not a Democrat Republican person, so don't I'm just noticing differences between the jurisdictions because, in a place like the state of New Jersey, them mofos do whatever they want. And Maryland, they do whatever they want. They don't follow their oath of office. But yeah, from what I've seen, man, down south, police be chill. Y'all, they don't be giving you a bunch of shit. They be chill. Always three sides of the story. Yours, mine, and the truth. Yep. And the truth is, the reason they're able to get away with that kind of stuff is because the way the things are carried over there is completely different as opposed to like a place like here. And then I'm noticing there be a lot of these blue states that be having these they don't be having sheriffs like that. They be having police officers and they be getting away with bullshit. I shared y'all the article with a guy. So here in Maryland, this is a May issue state, which means they don't care about your Second Amendment. And this is not nationals. This is just U.S. citizens per se. But it's important to just know because you still got to deal with these dudes on a day-to-day basis. So there's it's a May issue stated. So if you apply, you got to have a good and substantial reason in order for them to give you a permit to exercise your Second Amendment without getting hemmed up by police officers. And police enforce that shit. So if you stopped and you pulled out of your whip and you have a arm and you don't have a permit, you're going to jail, and you're gonna have to go to deal with a bunch of crap with that. So here's the thing: you had a police officer that was here that was giving people authorization to get permits for $150. So if you had to connect with this dude and you wanted to get a license to carry, you can get him to sign off on your joint and you can get a license to carry if you knew him for $150. They said this dude had done more than 30 people's permits and he ended up getting federally indicted for that. But still, it just shows the process is sideways. Supreme Court is looking at a case right now dealing with the Second Amendment. Supreme Court is looking at a case right now. They should be ruling next, I think, June about it. But they were saying because Heller versus DC was basically saying that because DC had the same policy, like, look, you can only carry unless you got a good or substantial reason. Which that means is you can't just say Yeah, I need to be able to protect myself because I come off work late at night. They don't give a fuck about you at all. Their response is just call the police. You know, police take goddamn 10 minutes or 5 minutes to get there and you dead already by the time the police come, let alone if you can get your even dial 911 with a 9mm stuck in your face. So you have to have been robbed recently, beat up recently, or something like that. You have to be a victim first, a physical victim. So you got to take a beating or something first. Then you got to have a police report, and then you can go get a permit. They'll give you a permit then, but you got to get your ass beat first. You can't just not get your ass beat. You got to get beat up first, or you got to get robbed first. You got to get your stuff taken first. You got to get your house broken in first. Like, yo, what is this? This don't make sense. You know, but again, so Supreme Court is hearing a case right now against New York. Basically, the citizens, U.S. citizens, are standing up saying, you know, it's stupid that for me to be able to have I got to be a victim first in order to exercise my Second Amendment without being harassed by the police officers. And Supreme Court said off the rip, like, yo, this don't really make any sense because y'all are telling people that they can't exercise their Second Amendment right, and the fact that they even have to ask for a permit to exercise the Second Amendment is ridiculous. So I think they about to overturn that pretty soon. Hawaii's real bad. I think the worst state with that rule is Hawaii, because Hawaii, they said they haven't issued a concealed carry permit since I think it's been in 10 years. They've issued three of them. 3 in 10 years, bruh. Problem with permits is criminals don't give a shit about permits. But I'm going off on a tangent. Does anybody here know anything about a process to register your estate as an independent sovereignty with the UN? No, I don't know anything about that. If you do know something about that, please share. White House was I guess that's an orange. COVID equals terrorist attack, resurrection, haven't paid attention. I believe the sheriff is constitutional. The police should not be called officers because the police are not voted. Sheriffs should be for the people. Police through corporation. Jersey cops 30. Yes, Jersey cops are. I've heard stories about Jersey police officers. And New York is just as bad. You know what I mean? Criminals, man. There shouldn't be any argument over the second. It clearly says uninhabited right to bear arms. Yeah, I mean, but places like Arizona, constitutional carry. Places like Texas. I think 30 states where constitutional carry is a thing, maybe more. But you got these small little pocket states that are trying to hold on to their corruption and shit. I mean, the only reason any politician would be afraid of armed citizens, quote unquote, is if they were up to some shit they shouldn't have been up to in the first place. But that's probably why they put so much heavy sanctions on it. But yeah, I agree 100%. It's supposed to be, shall not be infringed is what it's supposed to be. But it is what it is. A man don't depend on another man to protect him. Leave our Second Amendment alone. Yep. And like I said, yes, as nationals, yes, we do naturally have that right to bear arms. But again, if you will get pulled over for having a private plate by some stupid officer that don't know shit, and you give him the passport, and he goes around the passport to get to your driver's license, and they pull you in that jurisdiction, you think they won't hem you up for having a arm without a permit? Especially if you don't have any proof that that's what pops up on their computer. They'll try to use that against you. He's nothing popped up. He's crazy. I guess you could say, no, here's a thought. Wow, you know what I just thought about? Yo, what if we start doing a Freedom of Information Act when we give a police officer our permit, our passport, and when they pull it up on their computer, what if we do a Freedom of Information Act on what pops up? Because like, look, we can actually get the video and that shows what the computer says, right? So what if we can what if we can Freedom of Information Act that video and get the video from the police department and we can have the proof there. We can screenshot the shit and say, hey, look, I know what it says, buddy. We got it right here. That might be the way to move, man. That might be the way to move. I just thought about that. That might be a way we can move around. If you get pulled over or something and you give them the passport card and we truly want to know what it says, man, we might be able to do a Freedom of Information Act on that video footage. Okay, so they're not trying to give me a passport as a national, stating something about my birth certificate, but they are trying to give me one as a U.S. citizen. I got 90 days to respond. Suggestions. Where do you live at, man? That's the first thing I would say. Where do you live at? And where were you born? I need information. For something like that, you might have to hit me up for a consultation, but I'm gonna try to help you here now. So let me know where you born at and all that stuff. They're low key. They're low key own motherfuckers until people declare who they are, so they just having their way. Yep, agreed. And even when you declare who you are, they still try to pull you in. Like, yeah, that shit's not real. It's not real. They try. They gonna try. They gonna try to do that. 100%. Oh, you in California. Woo. My man said Cali. Sheesh. I'm gonna tell you something, bro. Y'all pretty much traded y'all rights for good weed out there. That y'all traded y'all traded y'all rights for good weed, man. Cause like, yo, they got y'all Second Amendment. That's another place they got their Second Amendment constricted heavily, but they got hella weed. They want y'all to be high as hell and not want no guns. You know what I mean? But hey, yeah, that's messed up. That's messed up. I would say you could create a explanatory statement, or you can get one from Black Site 32, which is the Bad Wolf's website. Please go holler at my man Bad Wolf about that. He can provide you with an affidavit if you haven't sent one in. Explanatory statement, basically putting exactly what time it is on their face. Because right now they're basically trying to test you. Sometimes they do that. Places like California, they're going to do that. That's even worse than Maryland out there. I wouldn't want to live in Cali. They got beautiful women. They got nice weather. And excuse the earthquakes and the fire forests and all that stuff. And excuse the goddamn gang members and all that crime out there. No disrespect to anybody out in Cali. But anybody who lives out there knows the place is pretty much in very bad shape. Excuse the high prices and all that stuff. But I mean, Cali's in some trouble, man. You know, Cali's in trouble. I know a guy that lives in Cali. He moved out there because of the herb. He's a pothead. Yeah, the Freedom Information Act idea, yo. You get pulled over, take the ticket, just pay the ticket, fuck it, whatever, and just get that information though from his ass. Cause that's like, all right, look, I'll pay $70 or whatever for like a ticket or something, and just get the Freedom of Information Act for the video. That's a small price to pay for that. I take that ticket. I mean, next time I get pulled over, I got the proof of what it says right there. So y'all can't try to say, "Oh, driver's license." No, you pulled that passport up, and the passport had the information on it. Hmm. How about that, huh? You were born with both citizenships. Did you use an explanatory statement? Yeah, they try to keep him hemmed in by that U.S. citizen. They want to keep him in by that U.S. citizen. They don't want him to get out of there. They're worried about the day that's coming, scared that when people wake up, tar and feathers. Chitty. Yo, facts. Yo, my man got balls. That's facts. When people are starting to figure out what's going on, they trying to put they trying to put a emergency break on the information, but you can't do that, yo. That shit, you gotta let that come out. And all the wrong you did to people, man, that's gotta come out, bro. Did you put your social on the app or all zeros? I put my social because well, actually not my social, the ends lead your social. I put that on there because they used to put zeros on there, but apparently they started denying people passports for it. I also heard about people getting approached uh for putting zeros. You know, agents coming to see him for the zeros. Yeah, I'm out of California. Yeah, man. Cali's y'all got it rough out there. But yeah, I would say challenge that shit, man, because they can't tell you a U.S. citizen, yo. What the hell? You born as a national slash quote unquote U.S. citizen and let until you claim otherwise. They trying to put you under that 14th Amendment. You gotta, man. You don't let them mofo's tell you who you are. You tell them who you are, and let them act accordingly. You feel me? California. Welcome to the ninth district. Yes, sir. I ain't with that. They crazy out there, man. Bad Wolf is nice. I'm using this paper. Bad Wolf is a genius. I hit Bad Wolf off. I hit Bad Wolf up a lot for opinions and stuff like that, and he hits me up for information too. Boy, yeah. You was born there, man. You was born in the Republic. California is supposed to be the Republic. I think the what is the flag there? Hold on. All right. So look, this is the flag for California. And look, I kind of almost feel like they go out of their way to corrupt places like this because places like this are so heavily. It says right there what time they on. Like it's not even really questionable. It says it right right on the flag. So why does it feel like they're making a special point to corrupt places like that the most? You know, it says right there what time California is supposed to be on. So you were born in the Republic, and these mofos, they got y'all on some other bullish. Use your SSN. I got mine with the EIN. See, yeah, that's before I even knew about the EIN. I might do mines again later. I might do mine. I'm probably gonna end up doing mine again later. I heard about I only heard about them 90-day letters coming through when you put all zeros. They give you 90 days to see if you still want to follow through, basically testing your gangster. Yeah, I heard about Akeem L was saying that people got visited for putting zeros. Jonah Bay was telling people to do the zeros through the injunction process. He was telling them to put all zeros. And Akeem L actually had a falling out with Jonah Bay. According to what Akeem L says, he had a falling out with Jonah Bay basically because of people getting in trouble over the process. All right, yo, I don't know what's going on here. I might ignore that. But anyway, yeah. So he basically was saying that people were getting approached by government agents for coming to their doorstep. So I don't know, man. You know what I mean? The republic flag is a bear. Exactly. It's supposed to be a republic. It says right there what time they on. Cali is like the land with it. Hold on. Let me get this off the screen because I can barely see. That's too small. And get this out of the way. I got OCD. I had to move that and that. All right. Cali like the land. Then they got DC and Cali the land, but got the Hollywood. Bro, Cali like the land. Then they got DC and Cali, the land, but they got Hollywood. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like some of y'all be giving me a tumor trying to read y'all comments because I'm trying to read it out loud and I'm trying to make it sound right, but it'd be like, huh? I mean, but nah, it's all good, Mark. I know you probably made an error. He has to get a birth certificate in California authenticated by the Department of State. They tricked him out there with the apostle instead. Yeah. Yeah, they do stuff like that, man. It's dirty game. Yo, shout out to my man. Let me go ahead and drop the link because my man was supposed to be dropping in here for real. I'm gonna drop the link in here to the finest thing walking. If you plan on jumping in, please do so, man. Let us know how it's been going with you. Feel me? SC trying to apostle. Yeah, they trying to deter y'all from getting that authentication, bro. Now stick to your guns. You want that authentication. You're not paying. You're giving them funds. They have to do what you tell them to do. You're not gonna. They're not gonna take your funds and do something else. Absolutely not. Send that shit back to them and say this is not what I asked for. I made a purchase for what I asked for. Duality, bro. You reap what you sow. Karma. Do on others as you want done to yourself. Especially public servants that took an oath to the Constitution. All contracts must be paid in full. Boom. Bro, Bad Wolf in here, man. Yeah, we got the squad in here tonight, man. Bad Wolf in here. I type it like I tell. Oh man, I feel you though. I feel you, man. But it's hard to read it though sometimes, man, because I be trying to read it like specifically. It's all good though, Mark. I ain't mad at you. Yo, find us if you're trying to jump in here, man. That is the link. That is the link. If you're not going to jump in here, I'm probably gonna wrap this up pretty soon because I need to eat something, man. I ain't eat something. You put something in my stomach. Yes, sir. But man, y'all, please check into that information. If y'all trying to completely rescind your license, y'all need to go to the website and y'all need to get y'all stuff pulled from out of there. All right. That's gonna be the move, man. The NHTSA is who you need to consult. They're the mother company that all these little subsidiary companies sit underneath. And if you're trying to pull your information completely, do so and be careful because if you have your information pulled, there's a chance if you do have to operate in commerce later, you might have to take the driver's test again. I mean, Bad Wolf says only if you never received the social can you use the all zeros, or else they would give you a hard time. But the EIN works. Well, I mean, check this out. Did you really receive a social though, or did your parents get the social? Like the Inslee just got the social, and they never put it in your hand. So, did you really get a social? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's just me thinking too hard, I guess. Michigan was cool about it, authentication. Yeah, see, Maryland hasn't given people a bunch of shit about authentication yet. So you know what it is. Yeah, some places don't give you a bunch of crap about authentication. Luckily, where I live, they actually was pretty cool about it. So they say, man, I got that back in less than a week. I think it was love. What's up, y'all? 86 got it. Cancel it, give it back all you can. End all contracts, go private. Boom, there you have it. If you want to do that, if you want to travel and stuff like that, man, you go ahead to hit up the source because just telling the NVA or DMV or whatever that you don't want your information in the system no more, they're not going to respond first off because they think you crazy, and two, they can't. You feel me? So that's what it is. But if you want to operate in commerce, you're gonna have to fight because they're gonna try to pull you in their jurisdiction. Every time you get pulled over, they're gonna go around and get that license. So you're gonna have to fight their ass in court. You're gonna have to defend your freedom. Not the driver's test. Let me tell you, bro, the driver's test is so different than how it was when I was younger, bro. Like the driver's test when I was younger, man, when I was like 17, when I took the joint, you had to go around a little track they had. You had to go put your seatbelt on, adjust your mirrors, adjust your seat, of course. You had to check before you turn out in oncoming traffic or whatever. Then you had to roll around. You had to drive really because you were operating in commerce at that point. You had to drive around, do a U-turn. Then you had to turn back up in the spot, and you had to go in a little course. And then you stop at the stop sign all the way, and the guy you nervous as hell because the guy's sitting there marking it down, and then you go straight, and then you had to parallel park. See, back then I was lucky because they didn't have a time limit on parallel parking, but you could not hit the cones at all. If you touch the cones, you lose. Try again. No soup for you. So you could not hit the cones, dude. It took me 10 minutes to parallel park, and I was not ashamed to say it. They didn't have a limit. I took all the time. I took 10 minutes to parallel park, but I ain't hit that cone though. Man, I was so happy when I passed that test, bro. I passed the driving test the first time, and the permit test. I had a shit. It took me like 3 times. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I took the written test twice, and I don't know. I just couldn't focus when I was doing a written test. But when I did the computer joint, that shit was easy as hell. I'm like, oh, this is fire. But yeah, the driving test was a pain in the ass when I was younger. Oh, excuse me, the permit test was a pain in the ass. The driving test was easy. All right, no doubt, finest. No doubt. Next time, man. I'm gonna give it back all that docs. All right, if that's what you want to do, make moves, man. Where do you get the authentication in Nevada and Arizona? Um, I had to actually go on a website, bro, for authentications. You can go right on your state website and it'll tell you where to send the information there. I think it's the secretary. I think he or she sends it to you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what time we on, Tony? Mark White says, repeat that again about be careful about running the info or something. I ain't catch it. What you mean, bro? You talking about getting the information removed? I was saying be careful because later on, if you want to operate in commerce, so let's say right now you're just traveling, right? You want to go ahead and have your information pulled from out of the database. So when a police officer runs your passport, he has to use the passport. He can't go around and get a license. He has to use the passport. And he's looked like somebody pissed in his cornflakes because now he can't give you a ticket and he's upset. So you can do so. You gotta reach out to the people who you reach out to do so, right? But what you need to understand is if later on you want to get a license because you have to get a job, let's say a job offers you 100K a year to deliver pizzas, which is unlikely, but theoretically. But all you need to have is a valid license, right? And you ain't got no license. You can't just go to the DMV and just say, "Hey, look, I just need to get a license." Like, well, you're not in the database. Looks like you're gonna have to take the driver's test. Fuck. Now you gotta pay for the driver's classes or whatever like that. Because here you gotta do driver's classes first. Then you gotta do the driver's test for the driver's classes. Then you gotta get a permit again. Oh yeah, you got to go through the gambit again, And then not to mention, you put your information back in the system after you took the painstaking process on removing it. That's what I said. Wisconsin is cool with authentications. Yo, Wisconsin is fire from what I heard, Joe. Then again, I heard somebody saying Wisconsin sucks too, and they lived in Wisconsin. So I don't know. I guess it's perspective. I just took it again 2 years ago, and it's just obeying these rules. Yeah. Why'd you take it again, man? Like they got rid of your stuff? They canceled your stuff? Do you know anybody from Cali that's been successful at getting the birth certificate authenticated? You probably having the same problem as the people in New York and Philadelphia are having too. Philadelphia is having problems authenticating theirs also. It looks like they're starting to figure out that the slaves are escaping the plantation per se. So they're trying to keep all the slaves in. They're trying to lock the gate. But to be honest with you, a way to get around that is you can just get an old ass Bible. You can get a Bible from like the 1800s or something with the blank pages in it, and you can just mark your information in there. So as far as your birth certificate goes, you need two witnesses. You, of course, because you were there when you were being born. Your mother and father, of course, would be good to have in it. You can get them all to fill out the information, the date, the approximate time, and such. Everybody sign it with a thumbprint, and boom, there's your birth certificate or certificate of live birth right there, and you can use that. Well, if you must have it authenticated, then you got to go. You got to figure out how to do that where you live at. But yeah, if they tricked you into getting an apostle, that's not gonna work. It has to be authenticated. But yeah, I keep telling you guys, don't sleep on the Bible, man. Like Jimmy Bennett said, man, people was doing the Bible before the state took over and started doing things for everybody. People were doing it themselves. Cali will only do authentications on the local level, but not on the state level, or send the birth certificate to the Department of State. Yep. Bad Wolf, can we meet at a Starbucks on Tuesday off cap around noon? My man is setting up appointments on my channel. I ain't mad at it though. Shoot your shot, bruh. Yeah, they definitely hip to what's going on. Yep, facts. They know what it is, man. But yeah, man. Hey, I'm about to Freedom of Information Act that footage. Freedom of Information Act that man. Got to do it. Get that footage, man. Cash says, "I got you, Bad Wolf." Yes, sir. All right. Well, look, if finest thing ain't getting on here, bro, I'm about to get off because I'm hungry as heck. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Great information expelled today. I'm gonna do my research and please do yours. I'm about to look into these little shadow governments that are hidden too, and see what other stuff they got hidden somewhere. Ah, you good? I'll be messing with people, Ali. You good, man? You good, bro? I don't take that serious, man. You good? And thank you for tuning in, man. Alabama is the only current state that has rescinded the marriage license. They say use the Bible. Facts. Hard body. That's hard body right there. That's dope. I wouldn't move to Alabama, but that's fire though. Yes, sir. But yep. So there we go, man. You have it right there. Um, that's the information. I hope y'all had fun tuning in, man. I hope y'all learned a lot, man. Thank you for jumping in and dropping the bars upon us. Special shout out to Tony Cooper. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure to have you in. Shout out to Bad Wolf. Thank you so much, Jimmy Bennett. Always dropping in with the bars for everybody. If I missed any names, please don't take it personal. I like to just freestyle on these lives. I don't have anything planned or written. I just go off the top of the head and I get busy. So you know what it is. It is the Foreign National Born Natural A6 and live and direct, live in effect. Thank you for tuning in. Next Sunday, we will be talking again about more of these topics. So please join in and join the live. Meanwhile, I will holler at y'all later. Peace out.